say my chenny, Tina can I say my yamu. And yes, I know money, and Muaye, and you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold rather lofa and grand baza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I sadia ya to money, and I quantity ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I sadia ya to money. And I can't play ya to money. And I could do ya to money. And I don't get now ya to money. That's the TV. And I don't get it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah. Oh.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold rather lopa and grand baza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out of the globe. For the top people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rare. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise my best. The work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from River Sass, River G to Chile, from Banku, Bombay, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Sktv, it is the best in Liberia. Sktv, we are the best around the world. That's why people glue to us by this time, because they want to get out of the happening, they want to get out of the facts, they want to get out of the truth telling, you know. For us here, we don't hide anything, we tell you the truth until we see it. And all of the play-by-play, someone would say, you know, those guys from the sports side, you know, they always say the play-by-play descriptions, right? That means all of the happening, the world of entertainment, especially when it comes to sports. So, folks, what I want to say, the pleasant good evening today will be a best day today for us here on the Sktv show. The chairman of the citizen movement for change will also be here with us this evening, and you may be aware. So that pronouncement was made on yesterday. And wide range of issues, so many things to talk about. And thank God that the chairman will be here with us as the political leader of the CMC. So he will answer to all of the questions, all of the happening, all of the political things that some of you are thinking about, the evasions, quote unquote, of the former ruling party, and so forth. Let's share the show, people. As Steve always say, it will be hot. 5 minutes past 6. That's the time check. Share the show. If you just joined us, let me say a pleasant good evening. Welcome to the Sktv show, the Saturday edition. For my fact, today is the 23rd of August. At the same time last year, similar thing that didn't happen to the CDC. Those of you, if you can stay check the records, sometime last year in the same day, August 23rd. I think that was the time they and the police were in you know, the scoffers, right? Or the holding and pulling, the fighting and so forth. But then, as some of you were saying, oh yeah, in fact, there was some accusations that in the I don't know what else CDC were having some things in their compound and so forth. So today my 1 year. So I don't know. But again, people, good evening. Mr. Kana will soon be here with us, Steve Bullet, and the rest of the team, Brazilian Mark. Let me see how best to share the link around. But while I'm doing that, I want you to share the show. Share the show. All of you who also listen to us via the radio, come on the internet and see the Sktv-Lib. Most definitely just follow, press follow. And trust me, you will also be part of the show whenever we come on. You will see us live. And for us here, we don't take side. We have no side. Let me be frank. And let me tell you this today, because some of you We stand for Mama Liberia. Yes, indeed, 100%. We stand for Mama Liberia. So that's why we talk the way we talk, because we want for Liberia to be developed. You cannot do what you are doing and you want for Liberia to be developed. No. Let's share the show. Myself, I'm sharing the show. I'm going to recognize a few of our viewers, those of you who are watching. I don't know exactly where you found us from, but Sidiki Traore, good evening to you. And David Williams, good evening to you. Sidiwan Jabo, good evening to you. And for matter of fact, let me also inform you that this show is also relay on Truth FM Nimba. So most definitely we are in Nimba County, and the rest of you are in Nimba. Let me say the pleasant good evening. Thank you so much for always, you people are our people, the newest Chief Justice on the block, also in Nimba. And we understand that there are some engagements in Nimba, the Chief Justice interacting with his people. And that's, that's good. Good, good way to go. You got to interact with your people. So it's good. We want to say thanks to the government of Liberia. And, the thing, right? They can say, Papa Nakam. So I think our father, another other father you can be calling you, because I know some of you, so you hear me saying our father. I mean, you're thinking about no. President Joseph Yima Bwaka, I think you're already in country. Yeah, I think you're already in country. So Papa not come. You got to get a plastic bag, or you have something ongoing, Papa not. Oh, just look, the brother you met. Papa not come. Still, where the social chairman? You got to come, but people, you have to share the show. Charles Cooper, the rest of you, have to share the show today. The show, it should be hard. It will be hard. Most definitely, yeah. Mark will soon be here with us. Today is Saturday, the 23rd of August. If you are celebrating any other occasions, we also want to say congratulations to you. Those of you our follower, good. Papa in control already. That's great. So the father of the land has arrived, and we want to say welcome to our father, the father of the land. Welcome to Mama Liberia. When you welcome, when Papa comes, you gotta welcome Papa. So, let me tell some of you some of these things that maybe you don't understand. Whenever I go home, Mailing, my daughter, Mailing, it can be easy. So, like I said one time on the show that whenever I'm going, I always carry certain package for mailing, because you know why? If I not carry any package for mailing, I'm in trouble. If the yellow carry be good, that's why I have to understand that it's good that you carry package for your children or for your, it's good, So every time you see me, I going home. Some of you, when you see me walking, looking for things from some of the our sisters or brothers and our mother who sell on the road, don't get very say, look at me, boy. I never buying. No, I'm buying this thing just for my daughter. By the way, Brother Ali is here. Brother Ali, good evening.
Good evening, good afternoon from my end, Mayborn. Good afternoon to our listening audience and followers. This is Aliyu Masali, Baltimore, Maryland. Glad to be here this afternoon on the hot show.
Yeah. Oh yes, indeed.
I saw the post for you that is going to be hot tonight. Very, very hot.
Oh yes, we have all of the time because the chairman will be here with us. So we will even go over our time today. Some of you maybe if you be expecting that will be maybe we'll close off maybe the usual time. No, we will likely go up to what you expect. So today the chairman will be with us, Brother Aliu. But I was saying that we always having this say, Papa not come. So when Papa come like that, sometimes like me, I was just giving the my own experience. That for example, tonight when I'm going home, I will pass down the Tuporo Junction, and see some of the wheelbarrow people and Bamale, one or two something for mailing. So when I say Papa not come, but Ali, what's your own observation or take on that?
Oh, the problem with Papa not come because the moment Papa go to work, when Papa coming from where he's supposed to bring something. So Papa is that's some like now for me, I'm happy in a few days because my daughter going to her NT. But other than that, Lale get 5-year-old. Every day she will send voice message. Can you please bring this for me? So every day after work, I had to stop to some of those mini mart or pass to the supermarket to get something. But if you day the whole week, thank God. So when they say when Papa go to work, when Papa come in, they expect Papa to bring something that will put smile on the face of the children. So I get watching Papa get touchdown, and I know Papa coming bring some smile on our faces.
Well, that's good, but thank God that you on. Maybe before the other team come on, let me start off with you. Today has been a very busy day, especially for the government. Let me just say that way because it is the government, but the CDC, because almost all the things you saw, the security, they all come from government. So don't hold me in any way. Some of you will be thinking it is the government. Now, when you have one security officer somewhere with a flag, that means it is the government. So, Brother Ali, today, what say you with the happening of the evasion following, and you people are now become, some of them homeless?
Yeah, maybe it is why it is. Excuse me. The last night I witnessed people were at the party headquarters last night. They said, oh, they were coming to break down the place and what have you. I saw our supporters, we the sedition, our brothers and sisters, they were all at the party headquarters. And that noise were going on. This morning when I woke up, when I checked, I saw our party headquarters being down. But for me, this thing you don't even say movement because right now we as sedition, donations have started coming in, pledges and things, and we can build a party headquarters before 2029. Even the 4 million they were requesting, we can use less than that and build a decent party headquarters more than what we have. For me, and I know that even we the diaspora, we are now gathering, we are putting things together as soon as possible. And we're only waiting to hear our president speaking tonight. And from there on, Liberian people will know where we stand.
Great. I know that the political leader of the CMC will come on and in fact he will respond to his own take on that, also with his later release and so forth. But let me ask you all of the questions. Please don't hold me in contempt. But people will say, how come you people all of the time you produce or you make a lot of people, you make a lot of good people today who have favorite schools, some of them they have better lives. But how come you are not able to take care of your own political party or the party headquarters?
Thank you, Maybon. I'm on record on the Sktv show when this whole party headquarters business started, and I said something that we were in opposition all these years, and later on we became a ruling party, we were in power. So I think even though yes, we were leasing that place, and there was some agreement that the political leader or the party wanted to buy the place, but because it was in confusion, or you cannot buy such a place when it is in confusion. Maybe say it is for me, Stevie say it is for me.
So that means tell us second, but Aliu, I want the thing to be clear. So that means that people are not giving you people hard time because of rent or rentage, or actually may call it, because sometimes these information keep flagging out because you people were quote unquote you are not able maybe to pay your rent. That's why the people ask you to move.
Thank you for that question, and let me make people to understand. And people will only say, oh yes, CDC were not able to pay their rent, and you will only hear United Party people saying that because they ruled for 12 years, and when they left power, they couldn't afford to pay their rent and they were evicted. But not with the case of CDC. We've been to that place and we've been paying our rent through us since 2005 up to present. So we were not evicted because of failure to pay rent. We were evicted because this case went to court, and finally the person who won, and he said he's no longer leasing a place. I think you put out something on your page, and I saw it, and I said I want this to make sense to me. CDC who been occupied the place, they develop this land, and you telling them to pay, I think, 4.5 million. And now our church is coming to pay 2.2 million for this place. So you want CDC to move so you can get a place to our church. What sense does that make? So in my mind, CDC who developed this property or this land, if I were to sell it to them, I would sell it 2.2 million, and you didn't develop it, you want it, then you can pay the 4.5 million.
And that's the thing, because quickly, but I have other questions to also ask about. For myself, I got a bit of I have little qualms about that, because for example, if you stay in the house, quote unquote, right? If you stay in the house maybe for years or months, and maybe if your landlord or maybe the house owner or so forth want to carry maybe the rentage or so, or maybe they want to increase the rent or so forth, as you may call, the first person of contact is you who reside or who live in the house before going out. But have you people experienced anything of such, maybe any communication to say, okay, we want to increase our house rent or want to increase the rent of the place?
Not to my knowledge, but to answer your first question that you asked, I was going to it, and that had to do with people are saying that we were evicted because we couldn't pay rent. And as I was saying, it was not the reason. This place had been in confusion among the family, and finally, the side that won the case, they said they don't want to lease, so CDC should leave. But I just something confused me, because like one of my sisters said the last time, even in America, yeah, people can be evicted, and you will tell me, oh yes, or Aliyu Masale, this eviction notice from the code, everything, they will come. We give you 1 month, we give you 2 weeks, we give you 3 days for you to leave this place. And then it's up to me now for me to pack up and leave. But for me to just see, oh yes, you brought an eviction notice today, and then you start breaking the place, that only Liberia I can see that happening. But
so are you people suspecting maybe something like maybe political play? Is something that is political, maybe motivated? Maybe quote unquote the government hand is into this. Is that what you are saying, or is that what you are suspecting, or what?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, I would say yes to that. Or this whole thing have been happening. Other people will say CDC, because they felt they were in power and they were like taking advantage of the people. But now today they are no longer in power. We know the political undertone into this whole thing. But for one thing I would say, you can break that headquarter. That doesn't mean for me to say, oh yes, CDC don't have a party headquarter, we now vote for them. Even the United Party, they never have headquarter, people voted for them. As I said, there are people who brought some of us in CDC. Geraldine Doe Sherry, may her soul rest in peace. When she left CDC, up to today, I'm staying in CDC. So even people leaving, but people that people are staying, you will leave, I can't leave. Okay, you break that party headquarter down. That will not make for someone to say, oh, CDC don't have a party headquarters, I'm not going to vote for Josh. CDC was not invited to say, oh yeah, they couldn't afford to pay their rent. No. They were responsible as the Unity Party were, that they couldn't afford to pay their party headquarters rent and they were evicted. No, that's not the case with CDC. So that let people get that one clear. But
Ali, so let's go back, because today the momentum is huge. Let me admit that in the midst of all of the struggle, all of the things happening, I see you people celebrating like nothing happened. What happened? What's the secret?
But maybe you know that CDC, that who we are, nothing move us. You see, you will think you're doing something that will hurt us. Well, we will just look at it and downplay it. As I said, CDC made a party headquarters. It was not the party headquarters that made CDC. So you can break it down. CDC still remains CDC. Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Brother Ali, for answering all of our questions. At least maybe other people out there will be able to understand as we go along here today on the broadcast, special broadcast here today, because we'll be having the political leader of the CMC will also be here with us.
before Jamaica in 1 minute. As I said, I'm on record on Sktv here when it comes to that party headquarters issue. When it started, I said it. We were in opposition. We won the election. We came to power. I think it was better for us to build our own place. You see, because you don't know, even though we're renting, we're paying our rent, but these are some of the things. Like, for example, maybe, oh yes, I was in Liberia through all my life, I was renting. And then you expect me to spend 10, 15, 20 years in America to go back to Liberia to rent? No, for me, it makes no sense. Even if I should be having my own 1-bedroom apartment that when I go back my retirement age, I can be there. So I saw it like a blunder on our part that all these years and the time we spend in power, I think we could build our own place. But again, it is what it is. Now it
wonderful. Yes, thank you, Brother Aliu. Steve, people will say, you know, the social chairman, when you run, sometimes you got to reduce your height. But again, you know, when it comes to social issue, you myself, I will eat 50. So that my young man, so we got to move. But again, thank you for joining us, Steve Bullet. I've been a monk already, yeah, also. So yeah, Steve, chairman, good evening. And what's up? How you look? You look,
my man, let get presented more fun. Let get more. Yeah. My man, all funny to me. Leave me, my man. Leave me there. Do I leave me?
Yeah, why you won't get a chairman hard time, man? What's going on, guys?
Yeah, not bad, my man.
Man, I'm just following events from last night. I mean, my phone was buzzing. I got a lot of calls about the saga between the Liberian National Police and some, I would say, some squatters at the CDC headquarters. I know there was a raid, and this thing been happening. I think they were giving a raid since the 13th of this month. It's 10 days. I think it was overdue. But some people want to talk about the politics of it. I know there will always be the political side, but when you go to the foundation or the cause of this particular case, I don't think it was political. It was given due process. You can talk about the politics all you want, but you can separate the politics equally so. But I don't think the intent and the motive were all political, because the case has been in court for years. The only reason we didn't see this happening because one of the primary custodian of this property served as a vassal to the former president, President Weah. And he got a history of being entangled in property deals, dating back to the day of Nancy Drew with the Van Hall. So for me, I don't rush into things. I don't go that way. I don't like get too much of trending news. I don't like to react, because when you're reacting, you're not reacting from logical point of view. It's almost like emotional thing. So now when you take a step by and just see things from the bigger picture, you can just see everything clearly and you can know exactly what's going on. So people can call it politics all they want. And I was very disappointed today. I know the chairman will be here from the CMC. I will be here to question him because he wrote an expose on this subject matter. But I think in the first paragraph, he undermined his own narrative, because 1 minute he said it's justifiable by law, but equally so he questioning the motive of Unity Party and sectarianism and division. Like, no, chairman, you can't have it both ways. You either for or you're against. You cannot say that this thing is justified by law, because I know they were given due process. In matter of fact, when they think that Bwaga was not even in power, Unity Party was in power. So to make it political, I don't think that's a fair assessment. But the chairman will be here, and I will ask him a few questions, because he questioned the leadership, he questioned the decision making and the judgment of CDC in his own post. So how can you say you must defeat a political party at the parliament? No, there are so many ways to skin the cow, and that's fair gaming politics. So I believe that his little expose or the statement he put out there, it was a little bit contradicting in my point of view, because one thing he justified the legality, but then questioning the political motive. So I got a little bit confused, but the chairman will be here and I will ask him. Trust me.
Well,
are you guys hearing me? I'm done.
Even though I want to ask a question, maybe, but anyway, let's Steve come on.
Yeah, Mr. Let's welcome Mr. Kane to the show. Mr. Kane, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Thank God we are okay.
Well, folks, let's share the show. Interesting conversation here today. As you can see, Mr. Kane is all geared up. Last night, I don't know how he make it, because last night I left him over there to the chilling. But man, where I chilling last night,
we came like 3 in the morning.
Go my chilling. You're calling me. Yeah, you better go chilling. Mr. Kane, you got a black man phone.
We came like at 3 in the morning, Steve.
3 in the morning?
Yeah.
Ooh. Wow. But then you were chilling big level. Well, folks, let's share the show. As
So while we await the arrival of the chairman, the political leader Musa Hassan Balete, he's supposed to be here today with us, and we're also working on bringing the spokesperson for the CMC, Fanta Kamara, here either Monday or Tuesday. But I'm trying to see to do on a day that Steve is here, like maybe on Thursday or next week Friday, next week Saturday, whatever the case is. She will be here as well. So I have a very important announcement. I will have done this in the back. I will do it publicly so that the management of both Sktv and Truth FM can be on record. I want to say this to everybody. There are a lot of people that have been sending complaint about using certain languages on the radio station. Radio station is a national radio station, a nationwide station that is being monitored by the entire country. And beyond that, we also have our own reputation to protect. Sktv been around for a while, and people gravitate towards Sktv because what we do here. Sometimes, like I was saying yesterday, some people got turned off by certain things. But we now, as an institution, we have to walk on a fine line wherein we can do our work, but at the same time maintain our supporters and our viewership and those who follow all on the radio. We have more people following us on the radio than we do on any other media platforms, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram. We have more people listening to us on the radio, and we don't know them, we don't see them. Sometimes you see people that watch a show on the YouTube and Facebook, but those that are listening to the radio station, you have no idea who is listening. But we know for a fact, given the level of reach of our platform, Truth FM, I know very well, we are followed and listened to by hundreds of thousands of people. Because we have a country that has about approximately 5 million plus people, but at least within that 5 million, we expect at least 1 million or more people to tune in, especially when politics, becomes very interesting. People always, show up and listen. So I want us to be very careful what we say. I want us to stick to the issue and attack the people based on the issue, attack their behavior, and let's use certain language or languages that are acceptable in the public domain. Everybody, please, let's do that. Some, adjectives, some descriptive adjectives. There are a lot of words in the book. There are a lot of words in the books that you can use, to be honest. And we don't have to, say the way certain people would like to say it, but let's, for our own integrity and our own respect, also for the safety and protection of our colleagues too in the country. There are certain things that we can say and can say in a certain way. So I don't want to make this public service announcement to ourselves. And those of you who've been listening to us, carrying misinformation about people insulting, people saying this and that, sometimes it's hard to define as to what is actually considered as insult, by certain people. We're not going to be able to satisfy everybody, but we can have vast majority of people do complaining about us saying things in a way that are not acceptable in a public domain, especially when it comes to radio station. Because you don't know who's listening. You could have children listening. We want to be a good example of those kids who may be listening to us. So I just wanted to say that, as always, I'm very proud of all of our people, our colleagues here. But it's never a bad thing to learn. We will learn as we go. As a human being, we keep learning every day. So I just want to put that out there while we wait for the start of the show. I think we could start the conversation about what's going on in the country because the chairman promised to be here by 6:30 Lebanon time. We just hit that time frame. It's about 6:32 now in Liberia. Hopefully the chairman will show up so we can have a fruitful conversation. So that's what I want to say, gentlemen. If you have anything to say to what I just said, you're more than welcome to make your comment. I just want to admonish all of us to be in a measure and be calculative as to how we come out with, how we address certain thing or say certain thing on the radio. And not just because we want the radio, but also we have to also maintain certain posture, certain responsibility, and integrity of our platform as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kane. I don't know if Monk or Aliu has anything to say before I say what I got to say.
Monk can go ahead if you're available.
Well, I don't have that much to say on the subject matter. I think if you want to keep a higher standard, it's ethical, from a radio standpoint, we're not only on social media. So I think it makes sense. We got to watch our words sometimes. We got to tone down the rhetoric. Maybe we can be saying the right thing, but some people, it will come across like somehow inflammatory based. English words are very powerful and it can carry two connotations. Like I said on the show, you can tell someone, don't be stupid. It can sound like an advice to another person, it's an insult. So it all depends on the presentation. So if there are people with the responses that we are being too harsh or the choice of words are poor, then more than likely we just kind of tone it down a little bit. I don't have a problem with that either.
Yes, same here. Just as Monk said, sometimes these are adjectives. And adjectives, most especially when you use adjectives, some people, even when you were telling them the right thing, but the way you use adjective, because adjective you use it to describe. And that's why I can get to some people, but yeah, as Mon said, Mr. Kane, and for me, it's okay. We know how to carry on the show because everybody follow SKTV. And yeah, as you said, sometimes you can't somebody use certain words until you will be like, no, I can't go over there no more. But we don't come here to insult anyone because we are all responsible men. We are from home. We get parents. We were well trained. So if people feel sometimes the way we use our adjective, we will put it the proper way and the simple English form. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Let me react really quick. First of all, majority of the people complaining, let me say it clearly. They got to go check their English. If Joseph Boaga can lie, I will say he can lie. I'm not going to stop saying that. If Joseph Boaga Steve, I was saying Steve. Joe we Steve, I was saying Steve. Alexander Cummings Steve, I was saying Steve. Anybody who in the political spectrum, you're a leader, if you lie, I will say you lie. Because the people I'm dealing with, the people I'm communicating with, there are people who don't know book. I'm not going to use, I don't want to be political correct. If that is the case, I'm open to leaving True FM and resigning from SKTV. I'm not going to be gerrymander. I've never insulted anybody on the show before. No, I've never. I don't insult people. I don't use insulting words. But this idea that people got to not say the truth, you got to say the way other people want for you to say it. Like we can speak English on here. They can speak English more than us. Excuse me. Excuse me. Let me say it again. I want to be clear on some things. Me, I don't lie. The thing what I don't do, I don't go behind and want to lie. I don't gossip. I don't talk behind people. Anything I say in front of you, I can say behind you. Anything I say behind you, I can say in front of you. I want to be clear. If the expectation is for me to come here and Joseph Boaga lie, and I can't say, the papa misspoke, the papa, I'm not going to do that. I want to be clear about that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not settling for that. This idea that Unity Party people pass around and say people insult Joseph Boaga or insult the party, it's not true. I have said the truth here and I will continue to say the truth. Any radio, don't invite me to your radio station. Don't invite me on your air. I will be fine with me. I don't have a problem with that. But I will say the truth. If Joseph Boaga lies, I will say he lies. If Joseph Boaga does what is wrong, I will say he did what is wrong. If you think I'm being harsh or my radio being harsh, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. You can say it the way you want to say it. But I think I think, honestly speaking, it's unfair to brand us as people who insult, as people who say they want, as people who say that want. So when they corrupt, you can't say they corrupt. How am I supposed to say it? How else am I supposed to say it? How else am I supposed to say they are corrupt? How else am I supposed to say they are stealing from the country? How else am I supposed to say that? Let 2FM write a statement. What kind of words I want for to be using? Maybe I need to go learn English. And I want to address that thing openly because on a couple of occasions, behind the back, 2FM, some of them, their leadership, have sent out some disrespectful statement to some of us. I wanted to respond to them. Say, who said I shouldn't respond to them? Let me say this. I don't suck up. I'm not a sucker. I'm not part of that thing where you got going on. If you want appeals to government, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But to come and gerrymander people and tell them how they should speak when nobody is insulting. I challenge 2FM and anybody that reporting, let them bring a video or any statement where somebody was insulting Joseph Boaga on the platform. We need to stop this. This is unfair. This is the first platform I've seen where people try to make it look like they can speak. Y'all can speak English in our country. Y'all understand English? Apart from the social media, I'm a professor. I teach. I know how to communicate. And everywhere I say, I know what I'm saying. I mean what I say. Like to you, there's a problem. The CNN you watch, when Donald Trump behaved corrupt, they don't check him that he behaved corruptly. What is the issue? What is the problem? If you don't want me to call you corrupt, then don't behave corruptly. If you behave corruptly, I will use that adjective on you. And I want to be clear on the radio. I'm not backing down. I'm not here to suck up to nobody. I want to be clear on it. If that is the case, I'm very, very fine with staying away from Sktv and 2FM. I don't have a problem with it. I can resign. But to think I will come here and Joseph Boaga lie, and I'll say Joseph Boaga lie, you ain't ready yet, 2FM people. You ain't ready yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't ready yet. You got not backing down from that. I want to be clear on the radio.
But I got a question too. I got a question, Steve. Calm down a little bit. I got a question because, like the way Sekou presented it, because when you say insult and using some language, and maybe they'll say, "Oh, derogatory comment." I don't know about adjective, descriptive adjective about people's behavior. So I want to get this clear from Sekou because when they say we should watch our rhetoric and our tone of voice, maybe like someone using some inflammatory words, that one is like personal insult. But if we talk about somebody being a criminal or being a rogue or stealing, I don't know which of the two. Maybe Sekou got to clarify that because I'm a little bit confused. Based on your response, I want to know what you mean by that.
So let me say this. First of all, the guest is here. We have more conversation about this in the back, and also we come here and also talk people. And I know Steve, has been somehow at the center stage of most of these allegations. And I'm not going to say anything to Steve here, but that other statement that you're making, I'm ready to resign, I'm ready to leave 2FM, all that one are nonsense. You will not even pay attention to that. Okay, so that's how Steve talks, and that's him. But what I can tell everybody is that let's just focus on the issue. I understand. I understand. There are people that are very, very thin-skinned. Every little thing they get offended, especially when about people that they support. They get offended by it. But they can do those things. They can use it with no offense. However, professionalism, nobody can teach us how to be professional. We all here, we are professional people who work in environments that are very, very professional and measure everything we do, everything we say. We are very measured about it. But again, when you do something, you can be walking with somebody, right? You can tell my man, let's go. They're telling you to walk a little bit faster. It doesn't mean you're not walking. So that's okay. We take criticism. We accept it wholeheartedly. We want everybody to criticize us. Call us anything we want to call it. That's okay. We will learn from those things as we go, and we will make adjustment. Your mother, my Steve, saying all the kind of things.
So the kind of quickly tell us second quickly. My brother Steve, chairman, Mr. Cannon, the politician now. John Lawyer. No.
I also want to ask Mr. Kanye a question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Kanye, I want to know, they complaint that came to your desk. Did you receive such complaint during the previous administration 6 years?
Every day.
Oh, okay, thank you.
It was even worse. Yeah, every day. Every day. It was even worse during the administration because that one, it came to a point where even threatening to kill us.
They let Sekou Beno because Sekou come and
what they even did at the time, they listed us as some in the group, in the list of people that were considered enemy of the state.
Yeah.
CDC did that also. This is not strange. We're going to really. The thing is, Steve and everybody here, what the people don't want, that's what they will get. You know what that is? For us to hold their feet to the fire. We will do that, and we can do that without being disrespectful or being insulting. We know how to do it. Because you know what? They don't want you to talk the truth. They don't want you to stick to the issue. They want them to be praise singers. And we're not going to do that. So the chairman, the political leader is going to be here. He's in the back. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not seeing him right now, but
I see him.
Okay, the political leader is here. I didn't know that. I just seeing him. But yeah, I want to say thank you to everybody for following us. We want to encourage you to share the show. The reason why we did not announce the appearance of the political leader prior, I even want to talk about it yesterday, say possibly, but we were not 100% settled because the chairman, the political leader, been very, very busy. So he had to leave something right now to say, you know what, I promise Steve that I'm going to come on. I got to come on. So that Steve, when I think say the political leader is afraid of answering any question, because yesterday Steve complained, oh, your political leader used to come here every day, say your phone your party now. You know, the matter one was the TV. So y'all were complaining. Now the political leader is here and ready to answer all of the questions. In fact, I will minimize my questions, to the political leader. But what I will do though, there will be area that can be on the executive of the party. There are a lot of areas too that I'm knowledgeable of, and I'll be able to, if I need to add or help in any way, because the political leader will not be aware of everything 100%. He's overloaded with responsibilities. So me as an operational person, I know a lot about the party, and I can say a lot that the political leader can say. So I just want to let you know about that.
So you're two on all today?
We two on all of y'all. I know the political leader is capable of doing everything, but if something, that I need to actually protect my political leader, I will definitely do that, because of what? He will not say everything. But Honorable Musa Hassan Belete, Representative District number 7, political leader for Citizen Movement for Change, has also been referred to as chairman by everybody. That's because of the chairmanship you have held over the years. But I want to say thank you once again for showing up with Sktv. How are you doing today?
I'm okay. Good evening from Nimba Kante. I'm okay. We're good.
All right. So Steve, I will turn the show over to you. You can go ahead and start the conversation. And I will be here watching. If I need to come here, I will come here, definitely.
Chairman, political leader, how would you prefer us to call you? Because your title seems to be changing every time you appear on the show.
The one that does not intimidate you, you can use that.
Okay, no problem. Okay, no problem. So for the sake of this conversation, we'll refer to you as PL. Is that okay?
Yes, perfect.
Very good. So we have the PL with us today. We are going to be having a conversation. And to his credit, last night we were at an event, Sekou and I. And after the announcement on the show yesterday that we wanted the chairman, the PL, to please be here so we can talk with him, Sekou placed a call to the PL. And in the middle of his sleep, to his credit, he picked up. I spoke with him very briefly. And the things I told him last night was he ran away from Sktv. After they formed the party and the party gave him momentum, he just left. The people can say absconded. So he said, no, I will be on the show tomorrow, and he is here today. So thank you so much, Pierre, for taking our call last night and also for appearing. We want to welcome you to Sktv.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Let's start with Monk. Monk, the PR is here. I know you said you have some questions for the PR. So let's open it up with you, please.
Welcome to the show, Mr. Chairman. I've been wishing that you show up since the CMC, the breath of the CMC. We tied with Sekou. We wanted to hear from some of the officials of the CMC, most noticeably the political leader. And I will start a conversation like this. You wrote an expose today about the CDC invasion for me, I have problem with it. I say, but thank God the chairman is going to be, because it's like you set two premises in your expose by saying you, even though it's justifiable by law, but you saw some level of political divisiveness and the honor the democracy. I found that to be a little bit contradicting, because, and I don't know, for the audience sake, maybe they don't know what I'm talking about. He get a shopping. He said the Congress for Democratic Change invasion from its national headquarters is sad day for Liberian politics and our democracy. Our fragile political culture does not need any of the humiliation, division, triumphalism, despite the fact that the matter may be justified in law. So, Chairman, I want you to thread the needle for our audience here as to how do you balance something that is done legally and that of a political divisiveness, as you term it to be, because at a certain point you question even the judgment, the decision, and the leadership of CDC, because you said some of the questions you asked, you said it could have been avoided. So why would the CDC say that the measure shouldn't have taken place? It could have been prevented. So why? And I think you even accused the CDC again of trying to get media attention. So it was just too many moving pieces to your little release, your press release or statement. So I just want you to brush our audience off on that subject matter, please. Are you there, Chairman?
Did you get a question?
Yeah, no. Somebody, my phone, so I had to cut it off. So, Monk, your question is loaded, but I'll try to answer it. The release, yes, they too many moving parts, because too many things culminated into what happened today, and that's what I'm trying to say. You know, when you become president of the country as a patriot, you have to stop seeing yourself as president of a certain group of people. Then you begin to see yourself as president of everybody. President Walker's case is particularly important because it's an elder statesman, experienced, aged, so which gives him advantage over a lot of other people. Like I said, there's no defense as far as the law is concerned. The court has asked that CDC be removed. The question is, when the people who invented the words, when they use, when they say it is legal, there's another word. It's not the opposite one, which is illegal, but it's the third one, which is called expedient. All right. My question is, tell me today, if Al Jazeera carried that story, if CNN carried that story, to the ordinary Liberian, who you think breaking down that plane? Who you think that is behind that place being broken down?
The government.
Exactly. As a state person, as a head of state, as a leader of the country, you can play a role to avoid this kind of thing. It has nothing to do with opposition. Democracy is extremely important. If it's not for democracy, United Party would not take power from CDC by 17,000 votes. It's a minute number. So this piece that we wrote today basically said the government, the president, there was some role for them. When the democracy, when one of the pillars of your democracy, which is a political party, is being dismantled, is being humiliated, it is not good. Whether it's for you or it's against you, it's not okay. And if I was sitting that, if this was 2030, and Unity Party is being evicted, I will do all I can to make sure that they are not, because it's not good for our democracy. On the other hand, the truth is the truth. As a man, like I said, the day I stop saying the truth, you will never hear from me again. Therefore, why should I be silent or quiet about the fact that the CDC as a political party, they have leadership, they have party officials. How did they get here? How? How couldn't you? I mean, something went wrong, which can only be put on the leadership of the party. That your rental, your whether it's ownership, whether it's rental, whatever you have not met, you got to put that blame on CDC. Then you go further down and say, as a country, as all of us are here, when this kind of thing happened, just yesterday, you have to remind, that's what I did, remind the United Party. I see United Party official. Did you see a Deputy Director General of LBS standing on the rubbles of the CDC place and say mission accomplished? That's a government official. That's a government official. That shouldn't happen. And if that happened, I hastened to remind the party yesterday. They were accusing the CDC for doing exactly the opposite when they were thrown out of their offices. So, again, I'm sorry for my country. We narrow our limits, and this is what you get. When you narrow yourself and narrow your limit, this is what you get. So,
Yeah, I think he's off again. I think the internet.
Yeah, I think the internet.
You
But
know,
folks,
somebody calling him. I don't know if you're using the computer, but whatever the case is, it could be the internet or power in that place there. But I learned that they have consistent power in Sktv-Lib. Yeah, so I mean, this is the beginning of the conversation. Mon just fired the first question. No.
I'm voting for the chairman today. I've
Yeah,
been
I know
people today.
I know Steve has a lot. Ali also has a lot of questions to ask, as well as Mayborn. But again, I want to say thank you to all of you. If you're just joining us, this is Sktv. We want to encourage you to share the show, share with your friends, share in the groups that you are in, share it on your page, share it on your wall, share in those messenger groups that you are a part of. We will appreciate it. Musa Hassan Belete is the representative for District Number 7, Nimba County, Republic of Liberia. He is also the political leader of the fastest growing political party in the Republic of Liberia, the CMC, Citizens Movement for Change. So I want to say thank you to all of you for joining us. We want to admonish you to please go ahead and share the show. So, you know, while we await the political leader to come by, Steve, he made mention of a deputy information minister standing on the robot of the demolished headquarters of the CDC, saying mission accomplished. Didn't that answer the question of that Mon was asking? That means government is claiming responsibility of being the one doing it, as opposed to being done legally by the, through the justice system, where a citizen goes and complain, and then judgment is rendered, not justice taking its course. Somebody to come and claim responsibility, it's a mission accomplished. Isn't that, solidifying what the chairman is saying? Because they say that, we don't did it, and this is what we wanted to do. Just as JD Vance said yesterday, JD Vance took responsibility yesterday of being the Trump administration, being the one behind the the search and seizure of, the
Okay.
office of office. So it's like sometimes if you don't talk, better you don't talk. But when you talk, sometimes you open, the doors for a lot of criticism and also for.
But even bigger than that, while we have when the political leader comes back on, we'll probably get into the next question. Even bigger than that. Okay, great. Let's yes.
The light behind you is not too good.
Let me do something.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Steve. Say what you want to say before we.
Is it okay to take him off the screen while he settled behind there first? Or
I think it's good.
I think it's good. Yeah. So even bigger than that, you have government stooges, government supporters, key actors who are using it as a bully movement and certifying the quest of wanting to oust, demoralize, the CDC or whatever it is. But let's get to the conversation with the chairman because he's here. We'll get to analyze some of these things.
Go to the second question. So, honorable PR, please, if you can limit your answer a little bit, so that way we can have everybody here to be able to answer the question. You just go straight to the point.
So we know that the CNC being the fastest growing political party, I cannot just answer question like I answer question for new members, upcoming members.
Okay. Hey man, what's going on with it?
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Yeah, we want to have this conversation, honestly. Yeah,
so we do. We do, and it's good that the political leader is here so that we can ask him some of these in-depth questions.
And I think because of what's going on right now, I think we're gonna have a little more time on the radio today because
how you look at it over there.
Yeah, of course now. The thing here is that the people.
Yes. So Mr. Kala, indeed, we're going to have a lot of time. So that's why when Monk was having his or maybe doing his introductory part, he was saying some things about government, this and that. So there were I wanted to ask a question because of the government officials, their own reactions to this thing, and you just knew it. So I think thank you for also bringing out. Maybe Monk will look at that because these are reasons why people are also accusing the government.
Maybe thank you. Yeah, it looks like they're the one that actually taking responsibility, assuming responsibility, say that they're the one that did it. When you say mission accomplished, that means you are owning the problem. Say, yeah, we did it. This is what exactly what we wanted to do. Yeah. So, Mom, back to you. Go ahead with your second question before we go to other people.
Well, I understand the response from the chairman, but it's like I said, I was a little bit confused and it sounds contradictory for me because what the chairman just said, how you think the media or the world is going to interpret that information or the international media? So technically, the chairman from his expose, I think it's mostly interested in the optic than the legality, because when you say this particular move is justifiable by law, then we cannot look at the optics of it because the politics will always be there. Most especially between CDC and Unity Party.
What is legal may not be expedient. I mean, you know that.
Well, but you being the chairman of Rule of Law Caucus, if you're saying that the move is justifiable, then it means you're giving you're giving like an edge of the optics over the law. Because if it's justifiable, then you cannot undermine the ruling because you Rule of Law Caucus. So the rule of law will take precedent. And the reason I got me confused with this case started before even Joseph Boaga government came to power. It's been in the court for the past 5 years. So I cannot say I will side with the optics because I want to be politically correct. I want to create this illusion that the country is not divided. But if this particular law is justifiable and they were given due process, then you being the Rule of Law Caucus, I don't think you can say otherwise in this case. That's why I thought about the post. I mean, even though there were so many moving parts, but that's why I asked you that question from the initial stage. And it seems like political correctness will take precedent over the law in this case, and that I'm totally against that. I think the law will take precedent, even though there's a political to it.
Mom, you owe a further explanation to the audience because you are not being clear. Okay. I said I never questioned the legality. And I would never question the legality of the action. Because for me, that's why I raised 2 questions or 3 questions. One, that there is a part of this burden that goes to the leadership of the party, The party has a chairman, it has executive committee, it has people that run it. What did they do? Did they see the problem coming? Did they take any action? Or they just decided to just sit down behind popular relation and whatever. That was the question I asked. Then I went to the government and I said, this is not something that you should be laughing about or smiling about because it happened to you yesterday. But the main point I'm trying to raise is that when a major political party is evicted, that threatens the stability of our democracy. That humiliates that party. I'm not putting the humiliation, the blame, the action. I'm not blaming anybody. In fact, if I should blame anybody, I should blame the leadership of the CDC from the chairman down. Because at the end of the day, you run the party, you run the affairs of the party. You should have taken certain action to mitigate it. And if you realize that the odds were against you, you should have taken action to vacate the place. But for me, that's not the issue here. When a political party is weakened, our democracy is weakened. That's not a laughing, and that's what I'm trying to tell United Party, that this is not a laughing matter. This is not a matter for you to celebrate or your officials to stand and say mission accomplished. When a political party is decimated and humiliated, that's not an accomplishment for our democracy. That's the point I was trying to make. I'm not trying to say that the court did wrong. I'm not trying to say that the CDC should not have been evicted. All I'm trying to say is that it threatens our democracy. It brings into question how we should conduct our democracy. I feel that the partisans of the CDC were let down by the leadership of the party. Because if there was no way around it, you could have done the honorable thing to say, we have lost the case. It's okay to lose the case. You could have said, we've lost the case, to remove her. But the impression that we all had was that CDC was adamant that they have not lost anything, that this is, but the Lord doesn't look that way. And you are right, you said one important thing, and that's what I asked. Listen, read the text. I said, this case started years. So I laid the premise that it was during the CDC time that this case started. So I'm not running away from that.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let's go to Mr. Masali. Mr. Masali.
Yes, Steve.
Yeah, any question for the political leader?
The only question I wanted to ask the political leader about is that he just addressed the issue, because Mr. Benedict, welcome. Looking at government officials celebrating the invasion of CDC headquarters, and as you said, people are saying, oh yes, our mission accomplished. So do you see any political undertone in this whole eviction process?
Come on, Light. I don't know what's going on with this internet today in Sktv-Lib, but that's very, very crazy. We don't want to see that. We want to make sure we have a consistent conversation, because people are following and listening. Yes, Steve, go ahead.
So I wanted to ask you this question before the political leader comes back. Like we say, so is the political leader talking so? Because from what I just heard, the last statement he made, he holds the CDC accountable for what it did, for not being responsible enough to take care of business. But at the same time, the rule applies, the law applies at this point. But also, the United Party should not be celebrating it because politically it doesn't utter well for them.
Yeah, that's That's exactly what the political leader was saying.
Yeah, Alio, you were asking whether or not there's a political undertone. Look, politics is the game of the jungle. Based on the information available to me, have not seen or have no evidence that the person who took the land or the property from CDC was in any way induced to do so by the United Party. I don't have any evidence of that. I do know that there is a very rough relationship between them from the past, and he felt that he was mistreated. And apparently, when government changed, CDC tried to reach out to him. My information is that CDC did make some payment to him, and he took that money and decided that he would take that money for the old transaction instead of the new transaction. And I think that was CDC is filing this law case for specific performance. What I do know is that there was jubilation within the Unity Party for what happened to CDC. Normal. That they're rival. That doesn't stop us from saying the danger that does politics. I'm not saying that you people did not play any part. I didn't say that either. All I say is that I have no evidence. So because I don't have evidence, I cannot talk. I cannot say that. Everything I say, Alio, I have to have some kind of direct or indirect proof that this statement I'm making, there's some truth to it. So far, I've not seen that evidence.
Thank you, Mr. Ability.
Thank you, Ali. Let me get to some questions here with the political leader. I want to first of all start by asking what is the state of the CMC vis-a-vis the political environment in Liberia amidst what we heard from the Unity Party referring to the CMC and other political parties as supporting verbs. What say you?
Helping verbs.
Helping verbs, I mean.
Look, arrogance is a disease. Arrogance is a disease. The Unity Party is something for arrogance. He dare not call my party helping verb. And those who made him like the faction of the Liberty Party, the MDR, that the people he referring to as helping verbs. Not me. I heard him saying that he wants us to join, but then it means that he's not following politics, even though he's a chairman of the biggest the ruling political party. But he's still not following. But we were formed as a party to remove them from power. They are the reason why we were formed. So we can't compromise with them. We're not here to come. If you come on the street and think that I'm toting your bag, no, we came to remove you from power, sir. That's our mission. CDC not get power. We are looking for what you have. So we can't work with you. We're going to look, this is our party. It is a party made up of people who are disgruntled with the status quo, the state of all the political parties, and young people who are currently 16, 15, 17, who will be 18, 19 in 2029, who have never participated in politics, whose life stand to be disrupted by if we allow this kind of misrule to continue. They are the one that our party is made up of. So, Mr. Chairman, referring to those who help you to win Elijah as helping verbs, that's for you and them to decide. But we're not your helping verb. We're not born when you started on your journey. Our sole purpose is to end your misrule, and therefore we cannot form part of your party. Your party is an abomination to our cause. It's an abomination to our cause. We don't follow people who want to destroy this country. We don't.
Can I ask you a quick and direct question? And I know you're straightforward man. You answer the question strictly and directly. Do you believe the United Party is after you? If so, in what way?
I've heard rumors of it, but it is what I settled for. When I made a decision to form a party and for a party to run against the United Party, I was like cutting the lion by the tails. You have to prepare for the class. So, the only thing I can tell you, the United Party cannot do me anything that will prevent me from opposing them in 2029.
Okay, let me ask you another question here, because that question was a straightforward, direct question. But I want to ask you a question on the political parties line and so forth. 2019, 2020, 2021, we saw the emergence of and the workings of the CPP, which you play a vital role in it, as evidenced by you working with the ANC throughout the process. What is your current relationship with Mr. Cummings, the ANC, vis-a-vis the situation that is going on between your party members, some of your party members, and some members of the ANC that are fighting? Some of them attacking you, some people are attacking Mr. Cummings. The back and forth, the bickering. What say you? What is your relationship with Mr. Cummings?
I'm not. My relationship with Mr. Cummings is good. And it will remain good, because I don't see anything in the foreseeable future that would make me and Mr. Cummings to go at each other. No. I think we build a more durable relationship through our families that it can sustain in a shock. I do understand that there are some folks in the ANC who believe that the best way to resuscitate their party is to keep we and them in a fight. We're not fighting for third place. We're moving ahead. If the ANC have sent people to attack us and attack our people, we did nothing to the people. When someone leaves, before the ANC was formed, these people were here, they were in parties. If someone leaves your party and join, your other party, these are people who don't even know how the ANC was formed. Because if you know how if someone said on the radio and on Facebook and just spew, garbage, but they should know the ANC is a party that was formed and literally out of people that were frustrated originally, or frustrated with the CDC and the way it was functioning. In case the young man does not know how the ANC was formed, it was formed out of frustration with the CDC when some strong CDC led by my respected friend and brother, the current chairman of the Council Lafayette Go, and he founded the ANC along with Kwame Clements and other people. The people who are behaving today like they literally know the history of the party. They don't know. For your information, when the ANC was attacked, when Lafayette Gu, they almost killed him in Bombing Hill. I was in Nigeria. He called me, and I had to call the police to go and look for Lafayette, all in the bush, because they were attacked there, according to them, by people believed to be from CDC, while they were forming their party. So the ANC, if you really, really know about the ANC, know where it's coming from, you shouldn't be attacking somebody for supporting you today and then deciding to support someone tomorrow, because that is exactly your party was formed. Your party was not formed with people originally born out of nowhere to become politicians. No, look, the founder of ANC is Lafayette Gu, and he formed the ANC when he got frustrated with the CDC. So I don't want people to come and attack my people simply because, and the only reason they are attacking them is because they say they left this party, they were supporting ANC last time, and then they go to that. Why would you even do that? We're all in the opposition. One way or the other, we will need each other. What will you, how does that not help the United Party?
Thank you.
How do you justify this kind of unwarranted attack on another political party? We have what it takes to respond. We have all of the arsenal and the resources to respond, but we have asked our people to stand down in the name of opposition unity. And we are doing this because I'm going to reach out to Chairman Gu to ask the Mr. Cummings to ask the people, let us respect one another. Let us respect each other's view. Otherwise, for me, as a party that is on the rise, this kind of conflict, it does not benefit me. I'm moving after.
I think we are having some issue. Honorable PR, we are having some issue hearing you. Maybe you can go off and come back so we can hear you. We're not getting everything word for word for some reason. Yeah, so we're not hearing everything.
Yeah, Mr. Kana, I was going to pivot to you to ask your political leader one or two questions, but we were hoping that it would not be promotional questions, because then we'll kind of counter those questions if you do that, because we are here watching you carefully as well. Because you're two on all of us. So we got to make sure we hold your accountability on the show.
But now I hear Mr. Benedict loud and clear.
Yeah, me too. I didn't get any breaking. Maybe from Seku end.
Oh, really?
I'll hear myself clear.
Okay.
Yeah, we're hearing clear.
Oh, but
the only disruption I suffer here when someone calls me on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
My WhatsApp.
Okay, but they will
So
probably
we want to turn it over to one of your partisans, one of your leaders, Mr. Seku Kana, just for the record. Seku, any question for your political leader?
Yes, I do. I do have I do have a question. First of all, Honorable PR, I want to say thank you again for coming to SKTV. The question I'm asking you, and I'm not going to ask you as a member of CMC, I'm going to ask you as a member of the Folk Estate, representing the platform SKTV. So whatever I'm going to say here, I'm saying it as SKTV when it comes to asking the political leader questions and as related to Liberia. So people are saying that the CMC is Musa Ability's party. Like many other political parties in Liberia, when one person is the owner of a party, when they are no longer available, that party becomes history. If you, for example, if you take Jowea right now from the structure of the CDC, you may not have a party. Likewise, when Erin left or when Ellen was disrespected in the Unity Party, we almost, see Unity Party being decimated to some extent. Unity Party was somehow, revitalized by the formation of the CPP. Now, is the CMC Musability Party, and if Musability is no longer in the picture, are we still going to have a CMC if Musability is not the leader of CMC?
The CMC is not Musability Party. The CMC is a grassroots party founded by Musability. As I speak to you, we are for instance, we are desperately trying to finalize the purchase of our headquarters in Monrovia, which I will tell you tonight, or even you will be shocked. But that will be in the name of the party, not in the name of Musability. We are also trying to invest in some farm agricultural activity, like cocoa. So we're trying to get like 3,000 acres of land for the party. So in 2-3 years, those 3 farms can take care of the party completely for the next 30 years with over Musability. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to do it in a way that if I put $2 million or $3 million in those farms, are you following me?
Yeah.
I will get my money back from it, and then the party will carry the farm. So whether I'm in the party, whether I'm staying in politics, whether I'm living or dead, the party will continue.
Okay.
Today in Liberia, there's only one party that asset that is benefiting from, as the NPP of Charles Taylor. That's a shame.
Okay.
Oh, by the grace of God, CMC will be different.
Okay. So somebody, let me just say this. The other question I wanted to ask, but we'll use my time to ask the question. This is my friend here, Prince Double. He asked yesterday, what about Zredu, Grand Juda County? What is CMC doing in Zredu, Grand Juda County? Is CMC actually in Zredu, Grand Juda County? That's a question the guy asked yesterday, and he's concerned. Probably he wants to be a part of or maybe he wants to help cement whatever is going on in Zredu as far as CMC.
We need to publish the name of our officials. We are representing every county. We have not acquired offices in every county, and that process is ongoing right now. We concluded Nima County yesterday in Sanukule. The former representative, David, Representative Toba, gave us a big house, story building, to use for 10 years as our office in Sanukule. Representative Maviko gave us his house and leased it to the party for 15 years in Bon County. We have a building now in Majibi that we're trying to conclude the lease for, and that a headquarters of unprecedented proportion is coming up in Monserrate County, in Monrovia.
So this is my last question. Then we'll go to Mabel. Maybe Mabel has a question. We know very well, being one of the executives in the party. I know very well CMC is doing a lot across the country, but there are a lot of Liberians who are concerned about now. CMC is building roads, CMC building bridges. But what is in the pipeline for regular Liberians, farmers who actually I hope the chairman is. Hopefully he comes back. Because this is my last question. Because somebody asked this question as well that they want to know. They are from the farming area, so they want to know what if TMC has anything, because those who are interested in British, CMC is doing that. Those who are interested in CMC building schools, CMC is doing that, and roads. So, Honorable PL, hopefully you'll be on here to answer this question. Very important.
I'm listening.
Okay, so people who are farmers, they are asking me, they be asking other people. We know we saw CMC doing a lot as far as the road construction, building bridges, and doing that. What about we, the farmers? Do you guys have anything for us? Do you have anything for the farmers in Liberia?
Yes.
How are they going to benefit?
There's a program being developed right now, maybe in a month or so. We're starting with rice farming first. So we have a program, and this is also for the financial viability of the CMC. We're going to invest money into farm so that we can raise money for the party. We have other ways to raise money for the party other than making people to pay heavy dues and other things. We're investing in rice production. So there's that plan going on. And by the way, there's a very strong rice farmer association in Liberia, rice producer association in Liberia. And through them, we're getting some viable information that will help us to make a determination on what we want to do.
Back to you, Steve.
Well, thank you so much. Let's go to Monk. Monk, really quick. Any other follow-up questions from you?
Well, I got two follow-up questions from the chairman. And one thing I talk about I talk about his post today, but the chairman did something very smart. He presented CNC as an alternative because when you read his statement, he said, let me see if I can get it. He said, the cycle of blame and humiliation is precisely why the CMC is here. Liberia has to adopt a new act and a new attitude. So in as much the chairman was talking about the optics and the legality, he was still pushing the CNC as the alternative. So my question to the chairman is two questions in one, right? You hang around the Unity Party during the days of Madam Sktv. You serve as chairman for Liberty Party, or major political force that came third in an election, and then to the CPP. So one will ask, I think one of the callers called yesterday, Louis, if I'm not mistaken, he said, we have been entrenched for almost 30 years. By the time Joseph Boga comes to the end of administration, we have been 30 years or 24 years precisely that you got the country oscillating between two political parties. At this present moment in time, do you think a new political party or a formidable opposition that threatens these two parties' hegemony would be the best option? And second of all, the idea of the CMC is that we must invest in the people before asking for their vote. There's a new political model. So one will ask, with this kind of a grand idea, what informed your decision to come up with a new dynamics of politics that you have to make some kind of investment, because you've been around other political parties, but why now? Why the CMC? Why you never presented this idea with the CPP? Why you never brought it to the Liberty Party, including the administration by Madam Sktv? But now with the CMC, you got this new paradigm shift in politics that before you can ask someone for that vote, you got to make some kind of investment. Why inform that decision to come up with a new idea or ideology in terms of politics? What will you say to the listeners?
For Madam Sktv, I was directly associated with her campaign. I had no say in the Unity Party. I never attended any of the meetings. I was never, an official of that party. I don't know how the party was running. I have no knowledge. I supported Madam Sktv. I ran her campaign for her. And I take responsibility for what did not go right in her relationship, and I take pride in what went right in her government. So I'm not afraid of that. On the issue of what was the other issue?
Why you came up with the ideology, to
okay.
Yeah, this new dynamics of investing before asking for vote, the new politics.
I took it from my district. When I came here to run election, the play was very polarized. Clearly, the intention was to smoke me out through, spewing tribalism, fear, poking religious fear. And I said, I want to focus on, I visited the places, I see the struggle of the people. I said, if I can alleviate this, and then ask these people to return that favor by voting for me, let me see how it works. So I focused myself, forgot about all the other things, focused myself on doing for the people what they need the most and leaving it with them, with their conscience, to say, let's reward this man so that he can give us more. Because in Liberia, one thing Liberians are used to in the last 20 years is that they do for politicians and they promise them and they do nothing. So for us, we'll promise more, but we'll do what we can do now. We'll never go to any country to ask them for favor if we can point to at least one piece of development in that country. To say, we'll do this for you because we're not government. This is what we are able to do. If you put us into power, we'll do more. So it is that. It's Liberty Party. I was never given a chance to run Liberty Party. You know the story. From the very day I took office on Sunday, they started fighting me on Monday. I never rested for 3 years. I never had a chance to develop the party. I never had a chance to expand my vision. And when the Lord took my side and I believe I won, then I realized that it was time to move on because the party needed to reconcile, and that I just couldn't see myself, being a helping verb in the world of the United Party chairman to the United ruling party. But this time, I would be, if I had, for instance, agreed to make peace or to agree with the political leader and other people, I would be saying yes to everything today and then going in a room gossiping, calling on the phone and saying all kinds of things. I just can't do it. I don't know how to do that. So it is something new. The Liberian people will try it because it's practical. It is to say, we do. By the way, we have a master class song that was just produced. I'm going to send to you. And that music is great. And you should listen to that. It's beautiful. And then we're taking this party to the people, and the people, and this is exactly how I wanted to be. The people are resonating with this party. Everywhere we go, the people want the CMC. We will deliver this country. And among it's for only one reason. When they look around, they see only one politician who have said, I will do, and he did. And that is me. Who else? Please show me.
Huh?
Well, thank you, Mark.
Somebody just that you asked a question for them. One of the important supporter and follower of SKTV, Yomotru Aishidu Mensa, saying that why, I know the answer, but the question is to you. Why did you leave the ANC?
I was never in the ANC. I don't understand. And Sibu, this is why I keep saying the whole country is literally in a fourth mode when it comes to information dissemination. I was chairman of the Liberty Party and the Liberty Party and the ANC before I became chairman of the Liberty Party. Entered the two parties along with the ALP and the UP entered into a coalition. My signature was not even on that coalition document. I made it in place. I just upheld it under the principle that anything you sign, you must live by it. But it says that the coalition was going to finish. It was going to end in April. 2024, 90 days after the election year. And 90 days after the election
So,
year.
so she has rephrased her question. She said she actually meant Liberty Party. Why did you leave Liberty Party?
Our vision clearly will go apart. Do you hear Liberty Party today? Don't you think that as far as Liberty Party is concerned, Liberia is heaven now? Because they don't criticize, because they are part of, and it's understandable because they are part of the government. I couldn't see myself. I was chairman. I knew that even those who stay with me, I knew that the party would have moved towards the unity party that was spreading job around or that was dangling job to people. And I didn't want to hold people who wanted to have something for their livelihood. And I said, let me sacrifice myself and move on. And then find a vehicle where I can properly articulate and pursue my vision for Liberia.
All right. Steve, back to you. I just want to help our person.
Ali, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Any further questions?
Yes. Yeah, Mr. Ability, I want to know something. This issue in Liberia that had to do with like Muslim, Mandingo, and most of the time people see you, they will be like, oh, this man a Mandingo man, he Muslim man, when he want to be president or he want any position, let him go back to Guinea. And we know, even though some people don't know, but you were born in Liberia, you grew up in Liberia, everything is in Liberia. Today you form a political party and you are the political leader. And then saying that people always say, oh man, Mandingo people should go back to Guinea. Liberia is not their country. Even when you were born in Liberia, but once you Muslim, they say you should go to Guinea. They refer to all Muslims as Mandingo, they should go back. Being a political leader, hearing this thing, I want to know from you, does this thing really worry you, or do you really think about it? Does it bring any concern to you to say this thing that people are saying out there, Mandingo man, a Muslim man, I'm supposed to hold any political position or being a stand-up bearer for a political party to be a president? Does it bring any concern to you?
No. Here I am in the district of over 98% Christian, and every one of them know that I'm Muslim, and yet they voted for me. It would be unfair for me to say that I'm not. I think the Liberian people have dealt with that issue. It is behind them. We're going to run this country based on what you can do for the people, what you can do to change the country. There will be nothing else.
Thank you.
Steve, maybe has a question.
Mabon, do you have a question?
Okay, Mabon got top my style.
Yes, indeed, honorable chairman and not a political leader. Even though we always used to the chairman thing, you know, but don't get us wrong because I already have my social chairman or Steve.
Yeah.
But actually, I have so many questions already in package. But you know, you've been following all of the 20 national issues. With the issues that started sometime last year with the tough tussle between the majority bloc and the minority bloc, and but then with the issue of the Capitol building issues, also, you know, that one thing that Liberians want to know exactly how this thing going to end and what going on with the holding and putting between the other lawmakers, which of course you are also part of, and that of the judicial branch of government. Every time they to court, tomorrow the other thing, and there's no solution. What happening? And so saying you are here, you've been the chair of the Rule of Law Caucus. I thought I want to ask you this question. Where are we when it comes to the issue of the Capitol building?
I think it's in the code. I don't, you know, it's still in the code. Then it becomes sub judice, which means I don't want to talk too much about it, but it's in the code. You know, the board don't have no case, you know, so They just harassing our people. That's all.
All right. So quickly to the other follow-up question with the bread and butter issues. Mind you, in fact, Liberians, they elected you people for you people to better their lives. And once upon a time, I think quite recently, you also said that in fact you feel frustrated with the House of Legislature. In fact, the way things are going. Is there any hope for the Liberian people, or in fact, should we say that in fact Liberian people they're going to gamble? It says yes for free.
Yeah, I think the 6 years is wasted. I know that. We just got to brace ourselves and prepare to change forever and for good. Because the direction is not good. The legislature, I don't think the legislature is going to pose some serious threat to the executive because of familiarity. So we are very close to being a lame dog. So it is where we are.
That's scary, Chairman. Or lame dog legislature 2 years into a presidency, and you technically we lost 6 years on both the executive and even the lawmakers. So keep the executive in check. Is that what the chairman is saying, that we can just count it?
That is a high likelihood.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Milburn. Thank you, Mo. Thanks, Mr. Masale. What I have 1 or 2 more questions, but I will keep them because we want to open the lines early so that the Liberian people can interact with you, both the diaspora and back home. We'll give them the opportunity to ask the questions. Milburn, it's up to you and Sekou to do the questioning thing from the phones. So we'll turn it over to you guys. Is that kind of hear you?
Yeah, I think we should go to Liberia first. Let Milburn go ahead and pick a few calls, maybe like a 5, and then we can open the line from our end here, so we can also calls from the diaspora.
Okay, good. So the numbers to call, as usual, those of you who already have our contact, you can now place your call 0770-203125. That's the number for you to call in this evening. We have the political leader of the CMC, Honorable Musa Hassan Bedete, representative of District number 7, Nima County, here with us on the Sktv show, the Saturday edition. Keep your calls coming 0770-203125. That's the number to call again, 0770-203125. Call in quickly to this caller. Hello.
How are you?
Yes, we are great. Thank God for life. Go ahead, your name and from where you join us.
Senator Missy Johnson, a member of the Liberian media, and also run an organization called Access to Justice and Legal Aid, provide public legal education for the ordinary people. Let me be quick to just comment on what transpired today. And I heard the chairman with the post he did, but to make law matters sure, I will blame the legal team, the lawyers of CBT. They did not do well for the party. They did not do well for the partisan because legal issues are now political equate with intellectual acts and that's what they're doing. And I don't normally participate. I don't host politicians on my program. They're all together here. They are either lawyers, human rights activists, and we try to provide public education for the people. So what transpired today, I will blame the lawyers, CBT lawyers, not the leadership.
All right. Thank you so much, Charles Cooper. Good evening, my dear brother.
Good evening, Nibon.
Yeah, go ahead.
And good evening to the PR, Mr. Musa Hassan Berete. It's the Charles Cooper call from Coffee to Borough. Mr. Berete, I know you to be a man of perseverance and of goodwill. I have interacted with you in 2014 when the Ebola crisis erupted. I took a group of children who their parents did not have money to pay their fee that year, and you were able to do a lot. A scholarship to do children. I did it because I have passion for education. I did not do it for my personal gain, but I saw the children lingering in the community right after the Ebola crisis, and I took them to your place that morning, and you were able to help and put 8 of our children on your program, your scholarship program. So I think you are a man of goodwill. You did not know me at that time. At that time, I've not even seen you or knowing you in person, but I was just led to take the children to you and you were able to help them. And Mr. Bede, the country like Liberia where tribalism has become one of the hallmarks for leadership, and coming from the background, you are from standing tall. I normally admire you to admit. And on the issue that was raised by the United Party Chairman Luther Tabe, I did a rejoin to that on my page. And I want to tell Mr. Bede, I tell you it's better to be a helping verb than to be a troublesome verb. The United Party has become one of the troublesome verbs in this country. They are causing political trouble in terms of bad governance. So we don't mind what they say. We from the opposition community, we prefer to be helping verb than to be troublesome verb. That's what I have to say.
All right. Thank you so much, Charles Cooper. To David King. David, good evening.
Good evening, Miko, and let me say good evening to the political leader of the CNC. Good evening.
Yes, go ahead and listen.
Yeah, I have the issue. Before I can go there, we all know that today the bread and butter issues Unity Party came to power for, they have been solved because the bigger project Unity Party have been able to undertake is to make sure they demolish the CDC headquarters. This is why you saw the Deputy Director General and the CDC headquarters seeing that mission is accomplished. But I have a question for honorability. And my question is, what would be your plan if at all God gives you the leadership of this country, inshallah? What would be your plan as it relates to reconciliation of our country, because the country is heavily divided? Thank you.
Thank you so much to the last caller. Then I'll go to the WhatsApp line quickly and turn over to Mr. Connor and Steve. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. and the others. Good evening to our honorable representative, Musa Bedete. This is Brother G. Nahasi World calling for Pins the Ibitoro. Honorable, you just mentioned that the CFC is a grassroots party. Could you differentiate grassroots from the grassroots, or you follow it for the grassroots people? That's my question, sir.
All right. Thank you. Quickly to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening, Mabel.
Yes, go ahead, my brother. Your name and from where you join us.
Okay, this is Alfonso Scott calling from district number 11. Okay, my question to the chairman, because people are questioning you also when you talk about the CMC. People are saying today we are beyond the CNC. If God bless you, become the president, will you not be taking your executive order tomorrow as to guide the country that today, Muslim other day, tomorrow, Christian other day, it will still be the same way that Labra are moving? That's the question the people are asking you. So I want you to please answer that question for us, and we're here to tell our people.
All right. To the last caller, of course, over to the WhatsApp line. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead quickly. Your name and from where you join us.
This is Ambassador Colinius Amoshide Senior, and I call you from the Secretary Bill.
Secretary in Nima County.
Yeah, Nima County. And yes, one question I want to honorable men to make very clear. They have been alleged that if they see the political leadership structure, that is going to be fair. What they say is that, and two, if they see the CNC political party for the very Nima County all for last year. And the first thing is that the ANC was appointed because of the misuse of the CNC. The ANC protested against the CNC in 2017. So the government should read that clarity and ask them for another year.
All right, let me take a few WhatsApp call quickly, Mr. Cullen. I come over to you people. I think this caller been calling for ever so long. Prince, yes, sorry, let me see. Prince, yes, let me see. I think Prince want to say something to the honorable lawmaker. Yeah, Prince, good evening. Go ahead. Hello?
Hey, I'm here, boy. How you doing?
Yes, Prince, wait by my dear brother, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, my question goes to the political leader, Mr. Musa Hassan Belite. I was just calling to find out, do you get messages online and stuff like that, like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, and stuff like that? Because I sent a couple of messages. I'm waiting for your response. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much from the US. I think I will also, maybe Mr. Connor will also reach out because they have the media team. Yeah, so let me see quickly. A lot of calls coming from Liberia. But Mr. Connor, yeah, What say you?
Yeah, we may not have enough time for all of that. And those who are located to actually get through. So, one the political leader to respond to some of those questions. First, then we can start taking some calls from the diaspora.
Yeah, Tiku, there are a lot of questions. I'll just pick among them. Reconciliation, for me, I'll focus more on justice. I'll focus on fairness. Fairness means the right of people to Medicare, right of children to education, good health. That is fairness. The right for the citizens to benefit from their national cake, which is not happening at this time. That is fair. I'll put more emphasis on that, and I'll put other emphasis on culture. Culture allows you to appreciate who you are, your tribe, value it, and at the same time value other people, religion, and tribe. When you emphasize those things, reconciliation is much easier. So I, I'm not a very strong believer in religious holiday, unless because the law of Liberia does not make room for it, and that's why I want you to understand that there's no law on our book declaring any day a holiday, any religious day. As a Muslim, I think it would be unfair to ask for a Muslim holiday when in fact there's no law that allows that, and when in fact the constitution calls for a secular state. If you go and cover Muslim holiday, you'll be violating that portion of the constitution that calls for a secular state. What we need to understand is, as a people, what is good for us is to appreciate each other. The state is very clear. Everyone has the right to practice the religion of their choice without any interference from the state. That's what we're gonna pursue. If you and I say this to students, they will allow me to just home in on this.
That's okay.
Because I know people are going to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you take a Muslim holiday bill to the legislature, it's not going to pass. First, the constitution does not allow it. The constitution is very clear that Liberia is a secular state, which means we do not have a state religion. So therefore, the state cannot advocate for a religion. That's what the constitution says. If you pass by that and go to the house, the legislature, I know what it is today, what it is tomorrow, will vote against it. But you open the door for somebody to introduce Liberia being a Christian state, and that will pass. And if that passes, then you have no right to say that is wrong. So my belief is that let's focus on what the Constitution says, which is that we respect everybody's religion. Our country is a secular state, which means everybody is free to practice the religion that they see fit. And then let's move on. And that's what the CNC will propagate. We will not promote a single religion. So it's 28 years since I got married to my wife in the church, in St. Stephen Church. I've not been able to make her Christian. So how do I even, my wife of 28 years, she's a practicing strong Christian up to today, up to this very moment. I bet you almost 90% right now as I sit here, my wife is probably inside there praying. So I'm telling you, she's a Christian, she's been a Christian. She's never been in the mosque after me. I think she was so close to my father that my father did name her after his mother. And so that their closeness, one time, she said, "Oh, Grandpa, I won't follow you to the mosque." And then she did, and then she sat somewhere and covered her head with a hijab. But she's never gone to the mosque to pray. 28 years of marriage. And that's who I am. I never ask people what religion they're from. It doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is what we can do together to change our people's life. Those fanaticism have not helped to change this country. By the way, Segu, assuming that we were behind, this country was fully committed to Christian principle or the teachings of the Bible, we would not be here. Who told you the things we are doing here are in the Bible? They're not. The Bible teaches more value than we practice here. The Bible does not teach hate. The Bible does not teach theft. The Bible does not preach corruption, greed, all of the vices of society. The Bible is against that. So we are a country that has gone astray. We are not following any religion. I do not intend to create a situation where my religion becomes the state religion. And I will not use the office of the president to impose my religion on the Liberian people. I promise that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So those of you who wanted to call in from the United States or in other part of the world, diaspora, you can call.
And Sekou, the person who talk about the message, can he send it tonight and just reference that he called Sktv?
The person who called that the meantime will get to you?
Yes, let me just send
Prince,
me a text.
maybe was that Prince Double?
Yes.
So I think that's the gentleman.
I'm sorry, it's tough, Prince. But please send it now. Since we're here, I know that you're gonna send it. Then I will get back to you. I promise you.
Yeah. So please, since you live in America here, if you try to get to the political leader, you're not able to get to him, get to me or get to Dr. Francine or Grace. One of us will make sure he will get back to you. Okay. So yes, if you are here anywhere, like Steve said, me and Mabel, we now responsible to 2 calls. Mabel done for Liberia. So if you are here in the diaspora or anywhere around the world, feel free to call any of the numbers. 480-862-0783 or 480-401-2081. Then you will be able. I got my direct number. You can call my number as well, and we'll make sure we put you through so you can make your contribution. We have about 30 minutes to leave from here. The extra time they're going to give us is not going to be too much. We have already busted the 2 hours limit, but I know Sktv will give us some time. But Steve, while we are waiting people to call in, I mean, you can take over until somebody can call once.
Can more calls back home, or we should just focus on us because my phone.
If you guys can take one call, that's fine.
Yeah, I think because my phone just busting up. And
yeah, but just give people 30 seconds or maximum 1 minute so they can pull us.
All right, cool. So Louis, go ahead, my dear brother.
My name is Pony. I'm Louis Pony, and I'm thankful for you guys bringing on the political leader of the CMC. I think this time around, I appreciate when there are guests. We have a specific guest. Normally during the week, we do the talking. We find the topical issues, but when there are guests, then we try to scrutinize the guests. And I'm happy that Mr. Benedict is here this evening, taking up his time. And that's wonderful for Mr. Benedict. Good evening. My name is Pony. I'm Louis, and I speak from Bourgeois Land. I want to thank you first and foremost for unveiling yourself as a leader. You should speak to the people. I'd like to start my line of questioning with you are very close to the CDC. You are a personal friend of George Weah. How can we trust you with the country? There's a general saying that birds of the same feather flocks together.
You got 30 minutes though. Only 30 seconds.
You're very involved with President Weah and the likes of you're not that close to Unity Party, but I see you very much active and involved, even in the last campaign with the Congress of Democratic Change.
All right. Sorry. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
To the people representative.
Yes, go ahead. Your name, please. 1 minute, though. Yeah.
I want to say that you are a due representation of the people, and I think the CMC that is fully compatible the election now when it comes to unity party, we don't have to be election they seem to be PCDC. So when to the whatever issue, I think electoral was they fought for the party, also the party leaders. So to bring the party over there, the money to the party. No. All those things always. Thank you.
Thank you so much to this caller. Good evening, Mr. Kennedy. If you have caller from your end, just let me know.
Yeah, I got calls here. I have to go on the line here. So.
Yes, quickly go ahead. Quickly, make cross over to Mr. Kennedy.
Yeah, and Peter W. Castle, I call from another street like in White Johnson. Thank you for the fascinating discussion. Now, I really want to speak to the issue that happened at the CDC headquarters today. You know, we do not need a rocket scientist to tell us that it was a maximum manner instigated by the forces from the angle of the government. That is clear. And that has been proven by those government officials that are celebrating and the vandalization and the looting of the CDC headquarters by police forces today. And
all right, thank you, Mr. Kennedy. Go ahead. Yeah, Mr. Kennedy, go ahead.
All right, thank you so much. Well, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much. And we have Mohammed Dollar on the line. He is one of the leader of the CMC. He probably want to ask a question or maybe want to support the political leader. Mr. Dollar, you are live on Sktv. How you doing?
I'm all right. I want to thank you. Good evening to every one of you. I want to seize this opportunity to appreciate our political leader, Honorable Musa Hassan Belete, representative of District 7. Mr. Belete, in this public manner, I just want to tell you, I will not say we are beyond you. I'm ahead of you. So if anything that have to come to you, it got to pass through us before it can go to you. So we're not beyond you. We are ahead of you. And we're going to stand tall with you no matter what. Because you are honest gentlemen and you're doing the work of the people, and we are so proud of you. But my question here is this. I'm being battled. I cannot even stand it. With all of the things that I do, I can't stand it. Before, I keep apologizing to people. Oh, you're not answering me. How can I be a member of the CMT? When I'm supposed to join? How are you guys doing? What's the program? What is beyond the CMT? What's really beyond this? Because I've never seen anything like this before. And I'll take my answer up. Thank you very much. Thank you for the good work. May God bless you. May God be with you. We stick with you. We are with you. And we are ahead of you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. So we have another call here from Dubai, United Arab Emirates. I think this is Mr. Kamara. Hello.
Yeah. Okay. How you doing?
I'm good. You're live on Sktv. What's your question for the political leader, sir?
Yeah, Mr. President, how you doing?
All right, sir.
To help the youth in Liberia, those that are being affected by the drugs. Instead of you being rich, investing in farming, why can you be a rehabilitation place to take thousands of those children on the street? At least that will help the CMC internet to now. Thank you.
All right, so keep your calls coming in as we got one down here. I think the political leader can answer those two questions. The first question was about what is actually behind the surging of the CMC. People are coming, countlessly. So that was a question for Mohammed Dollar. Mr. Kamara is saying, instead of you building bridges and roads and all the other things that you're doing, why don't you invest that money into building a rehabilitation center in Liberia that will somehow rehabilitate some of the people who have been victims of drug abuse. So when the political leader comes back, we will definitely pose the question to him. I want to say thank you to all of you for following TV. So Steve, I think he's back. Yeah, so you can go ahead if you understand.
They are looking at the question just now.
Okay.
The rise in the rise of the CMC is out of 3 factors.
Okay.
One, there's a segment of our society, and let me just break it down for you. 1.4 million people in Liberia voted for Joseph Boakai and George Weah in 2023 out of 5.5 million.
Okay.
Assuming that there's additional 1.5 million people that had not voted or are not of voting age, there were 2 million Liberians that did not vote at all, had no interest in vote. The 1.5 that was not of voting age, at least 300,000 of those had become of voting age. If you add that up, you have the majority of the Liberian people who never had interest in politics before, who don't bear allegiance to any of the current political party, who have now come to the realization that we all must have a say in how we are governed. And they all happened at the same time as CMC was formed. And they found the CMC as their initiation into politics. There are people, 20% of our members are people who are frustrated with the current political status quo and they want to come and change it. And the rest are those who have never been to who never even attained the age of voting. Some of them right now are 16, 15. They will be 18 by 2029 or a little older. So we have a demography that is not committed. It's not one of those that say, oh, I'm a die UP man, or I'm a die citizen. No, they don't have no such allegiance. And they've never seen this before. The CMC is their initiation into politics. That is giving us the rights and the fact that they see that our goal is to not wait for election. Without waiting for election, we are doing it now. We're doing things for people now and pointing our finger to those things in 2029. On the rehabilitation center, our strategic team met last night, and we decided that we're going to put up a paperwork to see it is really needed. So it may not take everybody, but we think that a rehabilitation center that is huge, that is massive, that can take at least 3,000 young people, transition them, give them a life, and then move them on, would be something good. And we are looking at that. And he's right. If we have to abandon some of these huge projects to do that, that is more valuable than road and bridges, because that has to do with the future of the country. If I had to choose between saving the life of the kids on the street to making road, I would save the life of the children on the street. We are not safe as long as those children are on the street. We are not a nation with future as long as their future is not secure.
Definitely. Thank you so much. So we have the last caller here. This is Mr. Roland Dia from Arizona, I believe. Hello.
Yes, good.
Yes, sir.
Good evening. Good evening to you and the rest of the panelists, and good evening to our political leaders.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Musa Assembly sitting in media, I just feel amazed. I just see the leadership, the future of Liberia. Mr. Political leader, I just want to say thank you for what you're doing. And I just like the way you answer the question on religion, or ethnicity and stuff like that. We are all from the same religion. We are all from the same ethnic group. But at the same time, we will come together and change the face of Liberia. Some people calling other political parties auxiliary verbs. We are not. We are a young party with vision, and we are here to show the unity party. We are not here to test the water. So, as you usually applaud the people saying that Liberia come next year, the people will be shaking. They will be there in the trenches in Liberia to see how can we show the unity. Theo Collins said that they brought to the people, they lied to the people. As for us, we are not talk and do. We are do and talk. We will do and the people will talk about it. So thank you so much. We are here with you and we'll support you. So this country can change. So we can start referring to Ghana. Oh, go to Ghana. Oh, go to Africa. Some people can say go to Liberia to under the leadership of Musa. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. This is another international call. Hello? 234.
Yeah. I want to speak on the show.
Where are you calling from? What's your name?
Okay, my name is Abubakar. I'm calling from Nigeria.
Calling from Nigeria. Go ahead quickly. You're the last caller. The reason why I took your call because you're from
Calling from Abuja, Nigeria.
Go ahead quickly.
Okay, yeah, Brother Sekou, I've been following the show. It has really been a great show. Okay. Yeah, it has really been a great show with our political leader. I was following the show and I read some people's comments. Some people were asking, somebody said that the CDC headquarters that is going to be sold to our political leader. Can you please clarify that?
Oh, wow. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. You clarified that, man. Call continue to come. You stop calling now because we got to go. The project leader got to go to. Hello, caller. What is your name and where you calling from? We're about to leave. Quickly.
This is Musa Danzo calling from Nigeria.
Yeah, can you put a little strain in your voice, my brother? We're not hearing you clearly.
Yeah, this is Danzo calling from the US.
Donzo calling from the US. Go ahead quickly.
Yeah, we as Socrates of government, I want to recommend to Mr. Ability, we commend him for his good work that he's doing in the country.
Okay.
But my advice to him, I should stay away from too much press, coming on the media to be talking because some of these things might be certain things. Maybe it is good at times to talk on critical issues, but when it comes to always coming in the media to talk, he should, reduce some of the too much press briefing. I always comment on his posts. But it's still, thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. Honorable political leader, we will go back to you. So I know, you came a little late, like in the middle of our show. So
yeah, it's okay.
So we sorry we're going to hold you here for a little bit. So yeah, go ahead quickly.
Yeah, it's okay. I am a friend of Judge Weah. I would never shy away from that. And the day we begin to shy away from our relationship for political reasons, then as a country, we are in trouble. Joe Weah was my friend. He was my technical advisor when I was president of the LFA. I was a strong supporter of Ellen Sktv-Lib. Ellen Sktv-Lib was president. Joe Weah and myself were traveling up and down as president of LFA. Nobody said anything to me on that. I played no part in Mr. Weah government from start to finish. I played no part. I did not play any role in Joe Weah government. Zero. Nothing whatsoever. I did not believe in the Unity Party under President Walker. I voted for George Weah in 2017. And the CPP endorsed George Weah in 2023 in the second round. And I stood by that decision. And nothing has happened in Liberia in the last 18 years to make me to regret that decision. So at the end of the day, and I'll repeat tonight, in spite of our friendship, I don't know yet whether President Weah intends to run for the presidency. If my party, I'm going to ask my party to take me. If my party takes me, if President Weah is running for president, we will campaign against one another. I will not do otherwise. I have no plan for my party, the TMC, to support Unity Party to continue the misrule of the Liberian people or to support the CDC. We have our own agenda, we have our own vision, and we envisage a Liberia that is different from the both of their seats. And we want to be given the chance to put that into action. Mixing that up in the name of political expediency is a betrayal of the hundreds of thousands of people that are currently trotting to the CMC. To members of the CMC, keep coming. Believe that this is possible. Believe that those who have been in power for the last 20 years have now you have given them the chance to show 2029 election is not going to be about promises. It is going to be about record, what you have done. It will be about what has the CDC done for 6 years when it was in power. What has the UP done for the last 6 years when we were in power? And as if I become the standard bearer of the CMT, it would be what me as a representative have done. It would have been 6 years then, and what CMT as a political party have done. No promise is going to hold ground. We all have been given a chance by Liberian people to perform in elected position. The things we did there, the actions we took there, are the actions that we must be judged by to determine whether or not we can be fit for leadership. So tomorrow, a judge will call me, my friend, come to my house, or I want to come visit you to Nimba. He is welcome, and I'll go. And if you call me and say, Musa, I intend to run, I'll tell you, see you at the ballot box. I have no intention whatsoever to surrender the dreams and aspirations of the hundreds of thousands of people that are trotting towards the CMC. For the United Party, they are simply not to be considered. They are in government, they are misruling our people, they are pillaging our country, they don't have respect for rule of law, and therefore there's nothing they and the CMT has in common. The chairman who is talking, he doesn't even know how the party that he's ruling is running. And he's calling the people who helped them to come to power, he's calling them, or what the name says, helping verbs. Thank God I couldn't have been a helping verb because CMT was 9 years at that time. But he's referring to MDR as helping verb. He's referring to Yombly and whole faction of the Liberty Party that helped him. He's referring to all these other parties that helped them. That is not all right. That is wrong. And I hope those who are being called helping verb can understand that that is the mentality of the United Party. They are narcissists. It is only about them. It is only about themselves. They don't care about anybody else. That's who they are.
All right. Thank you so much. Steve, Mong, do you guys want to, Mr. Chairman, are you available to take at least one question from our panelists here before we go close?
Yes. If they have, I'll take it.
Back to you, Steve.
Thank you. Let's start with Mr. Masale. Mr. Masale, do you have any question before we close?
Not a question per se. I just want to say thanks to Ms. Ability for coming. Yes. And right now, what you're doing, continue doing what you are doing for the Liberian people. And 2029, we will see as to whether the Liberian people, they have made up their mind. See, this Unity Party were there for 12 years. They have been given another 6 years. And CDC, we spent 6 years, we are out. And this is the tail-in party. Maybe other party will come up, we don't know. But this is the tail-in, and we are seeing what you are doing. Continue to do what you're doing. And I would say, Unity Party, I like the way they are proceeding, because if they can start calling other people happy, very people that brought them to power today, Joseph Bakai already damaging the image of Unity Party, and when his surrogate are doing it, that will be good, so that maybe the election 2029 can be between Unity Party and CDC and that of CMC. But thanks for everything. May Allah reward you and protect you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Monk, you got any question? Monk, are you there? All right, let's go to Milborn. Milborn, any questions or any concern? One question, one concern before we leave.
Well, I don't think I have any question. I just want to appreciate the political leader of the CMC, for his outstanding performance, especially when it comes to the public land. You always informing the public about what's going on, what are the happening, and that's the best thing to do. Communication, So, Honorable Benedict, I just want to say thank you so much for everything, because when things happen, sometimes the entire country wait to say we want to hear from Honorable Musa Hassan Benedict, because he's the only person who easily communicate with us. So that's good, and thank you so much for that. I just want to appreciate you for that and continue on that path. That's the best way to go.
Is there kind of any question, any concern for your political leader before we leave?
Yes. So it's about CMC's availability to Sktv. Our management is being concerned, and like I told you yesterday, that now the Sktv people are saying, "Oh, it looks like your CMC people, you don't like us. You're running away from us." The political leader is not coming, and they want to interview, they want to have a conversation with your new spokesperson, Infanta Kamara. When can she be available to Sktv between now and next Saturday? Any day you guys can choose, but preferably, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday.
Okay. I understand, and we apologize for that. We've already talked about that last night, and I will get to the team and make sure that at least twice CMC will be on Sktv every week. Doesn't necessarily have to be me.
Steve, I do not have any more questions. I want to thank you for the chairman for being available. You can go ahead.
Well, thank you so much, political leader of the CMC. Thank you for coming on today for the conversation. Today we didn't get a chance to haul a pool usually as we do, me and you. I forgive you today, Aliyu.
I'm ready for you anytime you're ready already.
But my question,
you want one-on-one, say I'm ready for you. Anything you want.
TV1, you can do one-on-one tomorrow. Nobody will be here. Just two of you.
No, we got to set the time. I don't want to make it in rushing thing. When
we set the time, I'll be you. I'll wear you down. I'll be you.
but political leader, let me ask you this question. I know you talked about the CMC. We've talked about other things going on in the country. But also on some serious note, I wanted to ask you this question as a father, as someone who we saw your name was ridiculed for one of your songs being affected with the drug issue and so forth. Let me ask you this question, because people are asking you to maybe CMC to do something about the drug issue or whatever it is. Where are we as a nation with this whole drug issue? Because almost every day you look on the internet, either someone, a young person is dying, or a group of young people are impacted by this drug thing. And last time the DA assisting boss talked about official from the government, and then the government is telling us that they're banning susha, whatever they got going on. But here's my direct question to you. What are you guys doing as a government from a holistic standpoint to address this issue?
I don't know. The government is so disjointed. But now the executive that is responsible for the day-to-day affair of the government should be informing the Liberian people. This for me has become a matter of national emergency. A state of emergency to be declared on the fight against drug. It is not happening, and we are facing serious problems, Steve. You know, like you said, I've been a victim. My family has been a victim, and it shouldn't be that way. And there where we are. So we want to change that.
So are you telling the world at large that the Liberian government, all three branches of government, have failed to address this issue of drug abuse, addiction?
The policies are there, so it cannot be the problem. It's an executive issue. Every policy to curtail drug in Liberia is there. Enforcement is consigned to the executive as per our constitution, but it's not being done. So you cannot say the whole government.
Well, I can say that because as evidenced by if you guys are allocating the funding that you guys are allocating and proportioning for the LDA and other people who are supposed to enforce these things, these guys are complaining that they're underserved, they don't have the resources or whatever it is. So as evidenced by that, you know, the government in itself, in totality,
it's an issue. I agree, Steve. I cannot excuse the legislature because they do the appropriation.
Right.
But whatever the government brings as a priority is what I think it should not be that way, but that's what is happening. And because the executive, the legislature have been purged, and then now it cannot stand up to the executive. They get what they want at the detriment of the Liberian people.
Okay. Well, before I leave you, there's been a lot of accusations on me, and I wanted you to clarify, Chairman and political leader, that I'm part of the CNC and that you have bought me and I'm in your corner. I just want to make this clear just for my own name. I'm a political person, so are you in your party?
No, we don't go on that. Nobody knows you're in our party. Nobody really care whether you're in our party or not.
No, I'm asking your political leader, leave me, I beg you, please.
I will answer those who feel that you. Listen, let me say this. If you decide to be a part of any political party, you don't have more to announce it to the people.
Exactly.
So whatever assumption people are doing, that people go deal with. So
Steve, you have not done anything, and personally for me, I've not even seen you physically before. I don't have any direct link with you. I've never given you my money, and every time you and I have spoken, it has been simply because you and Sekou in the same location, like last night. So the allegation that you are benefited from me is not true. On the issue of your membership, I have to check the online membership file to find out whether you have not filled it up. So I cannot speak to that.
The man cross copy already. I know
that. I like that. So why you do?
When I come next time, I will check the data.
So we're about to leave. You have a final question for the political leader.
Well, I don't have a question. I just got a statement to make because the chairman made a revelation here.
Yeah, go ahead.
The chairman made a revelation. I'm very disappointed, and it's heartbreaking. You know, the kind of a government that will practice a constitutional democracy, and even though the president, traditionally, is the one giving more power, but on paper, the lawmakers are the one that are giving more power in the constitutional democracy. So the president, the chairman just told that we can throw in the towel, and being the chairman of the Rule of Law Caucus, because I expected a lot from the Rule of Law Caucus. It's almost like you're walking into a soccer match. The soccer game lasts for 90 minutes, and 30 minutes into the game, you are giving up already. For me, I cannot place a bet on Joseph Boakai. I knew nothing was expected of him. But if the chairman is giving an indication that even from the lawmakers, we cannot expect anything that we should write off the next 6 years, then it's more than heartbreaking. I think that was the one that caught my attention for the entire
Monk, let me say this. We're fighting. We're still fighting every day. You see me fighting every day. You see me fighting.
No, I'm talking as a body. I'm not talking as an individual. I'm talking as a body.
What I'm saying to you, what the executive decimated the House of Representatives as a result of that fight. And even though the fight is over now, but I'm sure you have heard Now there are rumors of fight. So the place is not going to be stable again. I hope so. I hope it is. And then it has lost the capacity to hold the executive to check your record, Monk, from October to today. What have you been able to do to the executive to call them to order? Nothing.
Wow.
And the speaker, you have to understand, is there simply because of the other people. The day they decide no one, he will be gone. So he has to be careful and tread gingerly. So the whole thing has been thrown into the dustbin. Our democracy is currently under threat, and its survival now is in the balance. So it is the fact, but it was perpetrated by the executive when they interfere and remove the speaker and overthrew the government, the body, and this is where we are.
So thank you so much, Honorable Ability. Thank you, everybody. In closing, I want to just to clarify these concerns. What do you say to people from the political parties that are active members of those parties, but yet they are looking for reason to join CMC? People from the Unity Party, people from the ANC, people from the Liberty Party, they want to join. How do we treat, we had to improve the CMC, gain more membership without stepping on the toes of other people, from all those political parties. So some people are getting angry because they're seeing the rise of the CMC. I don't know. How do we?
I don't care for how other people feel. I don't care for it. You got to respect the right of other people to choose you or not to choose you. That is their constitutional right. I don't care. And no one should care. Remember, over 300,000 people voted in favor of George Weah to remove, against Joseph Boakai. Less than 17,000 people voted against George Weah to remove him. So that's the will of the people. You can't stand here now and say, no, if I step on your toes, you're moving from under me. But I'm moving. If we speak to a partisan and we make both sense, they want to join us, they're welcome. There's no restriction. All we got to do, if you're an official of a party, then you have to resign that party. Other than that, just go online, tap cmclib.com, go online and say become a member. You just fill the form, and then you are a member. You just wait for your ID card, and then you will become. But before then, you will receive a notification that your account is approved and you are a member.
Wow. Thank you so much. You can give us your party comment.
No, a rough day, I just want members of the CDC to be strong, to be courageous. It is after the darkest day. Let me repeat. It is after the darkest hour of the night that the light of day comes. CDC, be strong. I know you can persevere, overcome this, and go on. Do some soul searching, look for answers, and put yourself in a position where we all make sure that the opposition does not lose this time. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you so much, folks. That was the political leader of the CMC, Representative Chairman Musa Hassan Bilade. Quickly, as we wind down here, let's turn in quickly to our parting comments. Let's start with Monk. Monk, what say you?
Well, not much. I'll leave the chairman held his own on the show. I just hope he's a regular official at Sktv because a lot of questions been coming. I don't think one segment alone can do it. For a new political party, they got a lot of explanation to do in terms of the challenges, the party model, the dream, and the possibility that we can be fragmented as an opposition. But the parting comment says everything. that this time around, the people that call themselves opposition cannot be on the losing side of the game. So if it's all about winning, then at the end of the day, we got to hang here together to rescue the country. Now, I won't use the word rescue because the word rescue now has turned into a total disaster. So maybe we can take the country from on the brink and start a new course of action.
Maybe redeem the country.
Yeah, we redeem, but not rescue. The word rescue now is already out there. It's out of the political equation. So I hope he shows up regularly or in the nearby future. But I think it was a great show. We did the due diligence by asking some of the tough questions, and over time you will start clearing people's doubts, because that's all about it. Politics about raising doubt, but the question is how you respond. It's not about people's reaction. That's why people always get the thing mixed up. It's about how you respond and how you can manage this crisis, whether it's on the negative, it's how you sell it to the public out there that people will buy into an idea. So we got more to see, and good luck to the CMC as they keep working harder.
Thank you, Mo. Mr. Masale.
Yes, Steve.
What is your comment?
Yeah, thanks today for the show. Thanks to the political leader for coming. Let he continue to do what he's doing for the Liberian people. Till 2029, it is up to the Liberian people to decide now what they want and what is good for them. As I always say, we will leave from here to go vote. We are just 1%. They are the majority. They know what's good for them. So till we can see you again, God bless America. God bless Liberia. Have a nice weekend, you all.
Thank you. Mr. Kane?
Yeah, I do not have a lot to say. I just want to say thank you to everybody for being here. I think it was a great show. I thought it was a great show, and hopefully the chairman will be available, in the near future, so we can have we can have him answer all of the questions that we have.
Thank you, Mr. Kane. Folks, before we turn it over to Melbourne to close up for the night, I want to say thank you for sticking and staying with us. Yes, I know we've been here for a little bit now, but thank you. Like the rest of the team said, it was a good show. Thanks to those who share the show. Thank you so much. As you all know, on Sktv, we don't shy away from the conversations. It was good having the political leader of the CMC here. We look forward to engaging other political actors, political leaders, or other leaders of the country, regardless of the party you affiliate with. We are open to speak with you to address some of these national issues. Definitely we are. We didn't keep our eyes off the ball. President Joseph Yuma Bwaga returned to the country today, and he returned with nothing, as predicted. He returned with hand swinging and borrowing the words from the political leader of the CMC. He said, the law is the law. When he was asked if Unity Party was involved with this directly, he said the law is the law. So he borrowed. I'm not surprised. Remember, he was living on loan before he came to power. So borrowing in that area. So I'm not surprised that our president can borrow. And he borrowed from one of our Oma. Allegedly, he paid all year, but the Oma still on his back. I told him that Oma Bene had. Jacqueline, how she calls her name Marie. So we'll be on our Oma. So that the president come back and tell the president, let her pay the Oma back. We need to leave the borrowing business, and we need to get serious as a nation. So the borrowing business will start from the president. Let the president pay the Oman back, and then he start using people on the words. That being said, let's have a good weekend. The government has nothing to offer. The current government, the Unity Party-led government, is useless. They got nothing to offer.
And there were I've been thinking about asking you and more quickly before we go, because when I asked the chairman that question, that question is deep, but the chairman just summarized it, and Monk also have his own follow-up statement on that. But Steve, I'm a bit confused and I'm concerned, because the reason why our people went on the rain, the sun, and all of the time and the political polling and putting there yesterday, you mentioned about one of the strong supporter also of the Unity Party, who are quote unquote who are ill, and she allegedly she begged for help and ever so long, and they didn't pay attention to her until she passed off. But Steve, let's go back to the bread and butter issue that was asked here, and the chairman just said the government have no solution. What say you?
Well, let's hear from more quickly before I answer that question, because You know me, but I can be bombastically ballistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they can be complaining about okay. I don't get a problem with that one. Well, let me say this. Maybe this is a contradiction. This shows you that the government is no here, no tay. This is a useless government. They got nothing to offer. The Joseph Yuma Boaka government is a useless government. They got nothing to offer you. I'm not going to say, oh, they ain't get no priority, they ain't get no vision. I say they're useless because my people can understand what, when you say somebody useless, you know what I mean. My own man can understand that one. So this government is useless. That's why they seen drug beneath at the campaign. When Joseph Boaka came to power for, what did he do? He went to drug tests. They are unable to even meet the needs of that distraction they carry on when you see them passing around talking about they breaking down CDC building, they shutting down Shoe Shack, they're doing the other one, they're doing that other one because they are useless. That useless people can act. Useless people don't get no focus, no head, no day. They just confuse the entire country and the entire world. So that's why you see you will not get nothing from them. They will just be on the uselessness till it says here kind of finish. That is if they
because my brother, I'm very confused because when it comes to the issue of even what you're talking about, even the Capitol building incident up to now, it's just about for another bomb to another bomb. No way. What kind of society that we wanted that you accuse people of wrongdoing instead of you finding all of your evidence, putting everything together, you still need to back and forth with one thing over and over and again. And we hearing about Thursday, by God's grace, Thursday they're going to reawaken the case on Thursday, and they're going to have you guys maybe questions and so forth. But what's all of these delay tactics?
My man, I say again, it's a useless venture they're on. The government is useless. This government is the most useless government I've heard about or seen in my lifetime. They are useless. They got nothing to offer. I'm telling you, they will go on trips. They will come back. Even the MCC thing I'm talking about. Then I gave you update. I see that other liar saying now, talking bunch of lala thing. They got one that liar. So liars they got going on. The president can lie. The finance minister can lie. They can you imagine an entire government? The people that who the communication. Hold on 1 second. The communication. The minister of information. He's a liar. Jeremy Pierre. The one I'm following out of Yomli Kanga Bear Ball. He's a liar. That one, but he know nothing anyway. He grew up taking Yomli Bear and passing around with all that what he knows. He doesn't know anything else. You put him in the public sphere, he was just look confused and foolish. The press secretary, Kula Fofana, is a liar. In fact, guess what? Because of lying baby or crooked baby, they deny her. She can't come again. They deny her visa.
Wow.
Yeah, because of lying baby. She's a liar. I say, you get there, you can go report. I will continue to call you a liar because you guys are liar. And I'm not dressing back from you. You know me. I'm not dressing back from you know the party people. You're like you can go call conference. You can call. You can call. I will keep calling you liars until when you change. I will not call you as a driver.
Chairman, we still on. Let me ask, but Ali and you.
I don't want to start with so get noisy about. Let me go back.
I'm very concerned about the attitude today of our police officer. What say you?
Those police officers that were caught on live camera stealing week. But you know, this thing happened even in Liberia just now, or when they say accident occurs somewhere where people go there, instead of them trying to save people's life, they will be checking for their phone, checking for money. These are just common things in Liberia, but I think the police director, IG, whosoever, will address that issue because these guys, they were on live camera, and the other one were able to even show his face. And I see people posting up on social media. But I want to ask the chairman a question. You made a post today talking about the MCC and what have you. Looking at the damaging human rights report that came up, do you still believe that the government can get the MCC grant for the United States? That I ask you, Chairman.
What the question again? Sorry, what was the question?
I said I saw your post today. You were talking about this MCC, what the government is coming to tell us about it. So my question now, looking at this damaging or human rights report, do you believe that the government will still get that money from the United States?
They not make it. They not make it. I've been telling you. They see where the prosecute can be causing poor man and make it denying visa. He able to pronounce ineligibility, talking a bunch of foolishness. That idiot. Guess what? They see where they not make it. I say they did not make it. The government or Labrador not make it. Guess who they took? They took control like Fuji and Taga. You not hear anything about Tonga? And Fuji, you know, hear about that? You can hear about Fuji there. Fuji there is show on Liberia. Fuji is show. I'm telling you. Fuji is show on Liberia. Don't waste your time, my brother. All that's why you hear them talking about confusing and that's those shameless people. I don't believe the police officer on them for taking that week today. Guess what? The president had to borrow. So the police officer then went to the borrow the week.
But let's look at some of the other accusations.
Can't go by. You want me to bring all this here back? You want to give me attention so I can talk and then put and go.
Bukami go, man. Let me just ask. Yeah, because there are so many accusations against our security officers, ranging from the LDA to the Liberia National Police. Even though Ali Job called everything short of that, but I think there are a lot of concern now that all of the claims that our citizen men raising that every time the police harassment, police taking things from them, or even other LDA officers taking things from them, and today
you were small that time. Ali was small, maybe Monk was small. That time was just coming in like they had a song.
Who are you?
Your way. More that veteran talking. Police can steal.
That blue.
Hey, you know that song? The police on the road.
You want to know what police can do?
Police can lie. Police can. The thing was going on that I was showing there. When I heard that, my brother. No, the answer to your question I ain't ready. The police can speed.
That's why I made police men to beat me. I go there, complete my man beat me over here.
The police that road. The time was
say you.
Well, you know. You don't create a condition for those stuff because they think they are common. I can remember watching TV here during the Iraq war. There were U.S. soldiers who were coming to the country with some artifact. You know, Iraq used to be Asian Babylon. They are the land between two rivers, the Tigris and the Euphrates River, and they had a lot of artifacts. They are old, of civilization. So there were U.S. troops that when Saddam Hussein government fell, they were stealing the artifacts from the museum in Iraq because they know it cost millions of dollars in the U.S. Guess why they call both of them at the airport? So whenever they say they were coming from Iraq, coming with some artifact, American people say, the artifact, man, they're from Asian Babylon Empire, not from America, or no, these guys are criminals. So I'm not going to buy them. That's just what happens when you bring chaos and people think they can take advantage of the situation because some of them were caught on camera putting stuff in their pocket because it was a raid or demolition exercise, and trust me, people will take advantage of those situations. So that's just why it is. Wow. That's why it's good for you to leave and vacate the property in a peaceful manner than going to demolition and all those stuff. You have all these things that just drama. Once the court decided, they just should have vacated the property and just move on. I mean, you're a political party, you can build a new, you can rent a new party headquarters. Matter of fact, the United Party is in power today. They were evicted from our headquarters. So I don't see the big deal about it, but the politics, everybody want to play politics all the time. So
yeah, Mom, I want to ask you a question. Are you there? Go ahead. Yeah, it had to do with this issue about the drugs. Now, the issue about drugs in the country, and we have so many opposition in the country as well. But everybody just looking at this government to fight drugs, even though, yes, they are the government empowered, they have the resources. But don't you think it is good for other opposition to really help in the fight of drugs, or they should all wait and sit down and see what is happening in the country, and then 2029 they come to Liberia people for their vote?
Ali, that's a very good question. Stevie Manstead talked about they apparently we never brought it to the show. We talk behind the scene on this stuff. I think there's where the opposition to show that they are all for business. Because the thing about drugs, it's not only an immediate problem, it's a long-term problem. They got a medium-term, the short-term, and the long-term problem. It's, for me, I think it's the biggest emergency now in Liberia. I will want to advocate. That's why I was disappointed when the chairman just said we should throw in the towel because this particular legislature or this particular group of lawmakers, we can kiss it goodbye. No, you guys are the rule of law caucus. We expect a lot from you. What will be the next budget? Because the budget alone will tell you the government commitment or the seriousness when it comes to fighting drug. You got a budget of 800 million, you're talking about 3.5 million for something that poses a threat to the entire country. So maybe at this time, the opposition can seize on this issue and make it a mantra on the 2029, because I believe it's the biggest emergency and it's the biggest threat. So if the president alone cannot recognize that the issue of drugs, something that is part of his own agenda, then I think I want to see an opposition face on the issue of fighting drugs. And it's possible.
Well, Mark, and then Brother Ali, we have to go. Thanks to all of you.
Thanks for the show, man.
Thank you, Demo.
Take care.
All right. Yes, thanks to all of you people. Good night. See you again on Monday by the grace of the Almighty God. To all of our followers, our viewers, and that of all of you, our supporters, well wishers, and everyone. Let me say thanks to the head of this show, Mr. Sekou Kane, and that of Steve Bole, Sina Mark, and all the rest of the team, Aliu, Masale, all of you. Let me say thanks to you all for job well done. Thanks to the management of Truth FM. Headed by Laike Bility, our dynamic CEO, and that they had a radio and programs, Oni Osumba Rabas. Thanks to all of you for the great opportunity. Again, people, we see you on Monday by the grace of the Almighty God. Let us keep Liberia peaceful. That's the only thing we can do, because our politicians, I think all they care about is how to get rich, how to get money, how to travel, and how to enjoy life. I don't think they really care about us, but we have to hold them accountable. That's the best thing that we can do. Again, good night to all of you people. All of you there from the internet, thank you so much, and good night.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. What is our people who waiting to sell? Blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us the end of parents from there. So welcome and live with African.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Le palis ou make you ake Sktv benyo. Se macheni tina ke ase mayamu. Engi sano muni emu aye yo. Engi lofa emu aye yo.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
Ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Sadia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Côte d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Sadia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Côte d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Nigeria ya tumale, Sktv, ena Nigeria, tosi wako maya tumale,
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. What is our people who waiting to sell? The flesh, that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the premise my best. The world with my life with us, yeah. From Grandfather, Nima to Lufa. From River Sass, River G to Chile. From Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Monserrat, San to Bacalu. From Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.